Good evening, everyone, and welcome to a very special series here on the DAT Network. My name is Aki, my pronouns are she, her, and for the next little while, I will be your lovely GM as we embark on a mini-series called Shambhala Tides of Change. Oh boy, I was not going to say that. Set in my own homebrew world by the same namesake. Shambhala is heavily inspired by several API mythology, regions, and landscapes, written by a BIMPOC or BIMPOC to explore a non-Western/European-centric world, and thus majority of this world is rooted deeply away from said familiarities. Joining me today, we have our most lovely cast. So please, why don't you all just tell me a little bit about yourselves, your characters, and if your characters could be a different class, what would they be? We're gonna go alphabetical. So Alyssa.
Hi y'all, I'm Alyssa, my pronouns are they, them, and I play Captain in Kidnapping currently, Maraki Malari, who is a life oracle. Their pronouns are she, they. And if they could be another class, I think that by choice, they would like to be, with this crew, maybe just a fighter, because I am currently the highest HP person in our party as a casting class, which is worrisome. So, something a little more buff.
Let's go with Brandy next.
Yep. Hi, I am Brandy Rose at the Brandy Rose, and I am playing the amusing Bimori, who is she's going through many things, many feelings, many memories, and is currently awkward hand-holding with her possibly ex, not sure how that ended, but I guess we'll find out. Yeah, if she could be something else, so my pronouns are they, them, Bimori's are she, they. She could be something else. I have the lowest hit points of all of us. I have 66 hit points. So I would I'm not as familiar with the classes of Pathfinder, but what's something clunky? Clerics, paladins, they got a lot of armor, right? They got a lot going on. Something like that would probably be very useful, but I do like that despite having 66 hit points, I have some of the most insane spell work and heavy hitters, so hopefully that balances out right now.
Next is Hamnah.
Yes, hello everybody. My name's Hamnah and I use any and all pronouns, and I'm a TTRPG performer. Today I will be playing Irha Akhtar, who uses also any and all pronouns as well, and they are an orc Oread druid, a godling who has just made a very good, questionable, we don't know yet, decision, to be determined decision. I think if Irha could be another class, does Pathfinder have a bard equivalent? I feel like that feels correct.
Bard.
Like bard feels right.
And Brandy.
Yeah, hey everybody. I'm Randy Alvarenga. I am another actor, TTRPG streamer, and just a guy who likes playing games with his friends. And I play Rashu, who is our catfolk ranger of this party. If he were to be another class, I think he would want to be something cool like a rogue, but that wouldn't happen. I'd say he'd probably be more of a druid if like he lived in another time, because I feel like animals and things are his thing. But he would want to be a rogue. He wants to be cool.
You can support us here through donations, giving our amazing cast bonuses that can be used throughout the entire campaign. And so our donation bonuses are Into the Pool for $5, in which you add a die in a pool that gives a 1d6 bonus to any future roll that any player can use. Private Pool for $6, in which you do the exact same thing but to a specific player of the donator's choice. Lucky for $10, in which you roll a 2d20 and take the high roll for the future. Unlucky for $11, which forces the player of the donator's choice to roll a 2d20 and take the lower on the next d20 roll. Lore Drop for $20 grants a backstory seed to a player of the donator's choice. Magic Item for $25, which grants a randomly generated magic item instantly to the player of the donator's choice. Finish Them for $30, which grants someone the guaranteed kill on an enemy of the donator's choice, of course. And Divine Intervention for $50, in which God shows up. These bonuses will continue on for the rest of the campaign, so if we end a session there and there are still d6s in the pool, they will remain for the following episodes. Before we begin, I'd like to really quickly go over our content warnings. This mini-series will feature the following subject matter in various degrees: classism, elitism, body horror, gore, mentions of physical abuse, betrayal, acts of raiding, looting, killing, child labor, and trafficking, as well as mentions of, but no detailed descriptions of, physical/emotional child abuse. There will also be deep dark waters, void, fear of the unknown/future, sexual content in the forms of romance, sex, mentions of sex, and sex work, and finally themes of gaslighting, manipulation, and blackmail, girl bossing, and gatekeeping may also be available. With that said, and I think we're good to begin. If I can open the correct notes. There we go. Down, 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 the depths below, lies my captain to and fro. The ship she rocks, cradled by the sea, my captain, Marikit, and me. Enveloped and swallowed, alone and hollowed, Marikit left adrift, and the tides, they begin to shift. Marikit, a lonely soul, the heartless husk of the sea. Guppy, please answer. Do you still love me? You may answer.
That seems a little personal. But maybe, yes.
Your anger is valid. Your heart is misplaced. Like the star of the sea, you deserve to be embraced. Irha, divine, I acknowledge your valor, but will you keep to the star only on promises of power? You may answer.
Well, I suppose that depends what else the third star has to offer me, doesn't it?
The Mori, painted in shrouded fog and mystery. The Mori, what do you think of your current history? And you may answer.
I think it sure isn't boring.
Rashu, I pray that your aim is steadfast. Are you afraid of facing the spirits at last? You may answer.
Good question. So usually no, but I was warned about a specific spirit, and so right now, yes. There is a spirit, obviously, that I don't know what is going on. And so, Rashu, here's a question and goes, I've seen many spirits, and I don't know what this is that lies before me. So yes, and he trails off and doesn't finish that sentence. Too afraid to say it.
I say, yeah, valid, very valid. I say very little. I express even less. And yet I say this will be my greatest, truest test. We are flaws. We hunger for an accurate portrayal. But there is little to forgive in this captain's betrayal. So, my players, for an extra hero point, and I will include this hero point with Marikit, who was not here, but can do your damn best to tell me what happened last episode.
Sure does suck to be kidnapped. That's what happened to me.
That's fair.
Yep.
Well, we found out that Mariki was kidnapped, and we wanted to go look for them, and we found out where they were, and figured
Kind
we
of.
would yes. We have an idea. We used some magic. Some people saw us, kind of. It wasn't the best, but we have some ideas. We also found a way to infiltrate the party, looking like with the other courtesan warriors that are there, which is pretty cool. And we've been planning our routes of escape, it seems. So some people went to the table and were actually engaging the other pirate lords, and some of us were like running around doing stuff. But the idea is to get there to give our allies the magic medallion or talisman that we have, so that the spell works for them, and then to go potentially to the cave, I believe is where we think Marikit is, with some of the other people who have been being stolen by being stolen. So that's that. At least that's what I remember.
I want to add a detail as well. The person that we think is behind all of this is not necessarily Blackwater himself, but his daughter, who, Bamori, I think it was, or no, not Bandit, but Bandit's daughter, who Bamori does not get along with, apparently.
No. Hates my
But you
guts
do think-
is really accurate. Hates my guts, wants me to die, would prefer to do it herself. Which I can respect, really. I respect a DIY queen, but
DIY.
yeah, she's a little rough. I tried to bring meat and alcohol to her dad, but I got sidetracked by a very hot lady. And
I also stole a magical vial of some absolute rancid energy from Blackwater himself. And that's when Princess Reina declared war on the other pirate lords, and that's where we left off.
Yep.
Oh, and we found out I am at least several hundred years old.
At least.
And you were
Yeah.
engaged,
Like
I
dead?
think.
And people
I
thought
was
you were dead.
engaged or married. I'm not sure if it was engaged or married, but I was for sure in a very committed sitch. People thought I was dead hundreds of years ago. And
speak sign language?
I speak sign language, which is cool.
You thought
Cool.
you were dating a guy who was absolutely horrified at the idea.
Yeah, really upset. It was a little hurtful, really. Not because I was, interested, but it's just, a vehement denial is not necessary. So yeah, it's been a lot in the last 2 hours. So
Yeah, you're right. It's been about like that much. It's technically all the same day. Oh boy.
great
Yes,
day this
yes.
is.
A day. Real quick, thank you for the follow. Ibrahim underscore Ma. I'm really hoping I'm saying that correctly and I'm not butchering your username. My bad if I am. Thank you for the follow. And I think we can start. You'll all get an additional hero point, so you start off today with 2. And I'll keep reminding you about your hero points just because of the very precarious situations you left off at, in which specifically war was declared over dinner, and a spear was thrown. But before all of that, we're just gonna backtrack a little bit. Same day, a little bit back in time, to your beloved captain. Marikit, you have been awake on off, I would say. It's a very precarious situation, as in you remember being taken and your vision is incredibly blurry. It's like every time you wake up someone knocks you out, either physically or with a sleep spell. your situation. You're quite frazzled, and when you finally are allowed to come to, it is quite difficult to tell your surroundings from perhaps dreams. So do me a favor and make a will save. I'll let you argue if you want to do fortitude instead.
I mean, the roll was the problem rather than the save. So that's a total of
Okay,
27.
27? 27 is not that bad, actually. I'll say that it you know when you're like when you know you have to wake up due to like something like like work or whatever, and you just can't get yourself out of bed. You're awake, but the rest of you is not. That is the situation that you are currently in. You could maybe move your head slightly around to get a better look of your environment, but in terms of the rest of your body, it's just not cooperating for now. You can make a perception roll if you'd like right now to scan just exactly where you are.
Yes, that is a 33.
33, okay. I think what gets you first is the smell of this place. It's pretty rancid. It's pretty gross. And maybe that's what woke you up first and thus dazzled you for a bit. And slowly, things start coming into place. Rather, the lack of color is what comes in. This is gray, gloomy, dark, all 50 shades of the gray. It's not fun. It's you can see the walls are like in between this weird. It's like rock, stone, and mud fixtures, and so when it's moist, it makes you could tell it's shiny, but it doesn't look good. It looks kind of just not a fun texture to look at. And you see that's all around you. You yourself, your hands are in chains, and you're sitting upright against a wall. And you can easily tell beside you there's it's Ryuga, your friend, the deep blue scaled kobold. And then you hear chains clattering, grunts of pain or moans, really. And the rest of it slowly starts to paint itself. You are in a small, well-kept place. Built almost like if the wall had another compartment inside, and that's where you are with Ryuga. It's very cramped. You have metal bars right in front of you. The ground is wet and dirty. It's some water almost is coming up your pants, your boots. You're soaked through into your socks even. And as you look outward, there are contraptions of all sorts. I'm not sure how well versed in technology you would be per se. So some of these things may look straight out bizarre to you. But for a better picture for the audience, please picture any mad scientist lab from the ye old times. There's the wooden bed plank where they put the people in for the bad times. There's the tubes and the chains up there. Wow, like it's all of that. That is what Market is surrounded by. And if you choose to look further, and this is highly dependent on whether or not you have low light vision or dark vision, you will see more little caves and bars, and you can definitely see that you were perhaps given better treatment than the people in there. Cramped up, lined almost together. There is no room for them to stretch or move. Some of them look like they've been in there for God knows how long. They're basically zombified at this point. Others fresh and scared. All sorts of noises. People praying, people in pain, people crying and weeping. They are herded in like sheep in a very caged off and small fence. That is your situation.
So I'm gonna guess that this is not a familiar scene to me. Is that correct?
Oh God, no. No. You're like, huh. New.
Okay. Is Ryuga awake? Can I tell?
He looks awake, but he looks rather melancholy is the best word to describe. It's just a bad time all around. This is one depressed lad, but to be fair, you both woke up in the same place.
I'm also a depressed lad. It's fine. Do you know what happened?
Oh, Mark, holy shit, you're awake? I can't move my legs.
Can I reach out, and I don't know if it's gonna help, but attempt to heal him? Just like a super low level.
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah, I will do that. Does it help?
Does it help? Oh, I didn't think about that. It's you know what? Before you cast a spell, actually, how about you make a medicine check? My bad. Oops.
11 plus 17 is 28.
28. You take a good look at your friend here. And the best way to put it is they whoever was chaining y'all is doing a very good job at restraining you from a lot of things. Yeah, your hands are like restrained in front of you, but I think now that you're more aware and can move, you can tell that you're also kind of chained to the wall in a weird way. It's like if they made you backpack yourself to the wall. So you're given a little bit of wiggle room, but if you try to get up and move, you're not going anywhere. You're with the wall. Whereas in Ryuga's case, they chained his tail to one of his legs and then the legs together. It's like he's kind of forced in a mermaid position. Kind of. It's all chains, so it's not like it's stuck this way, but it's very unpleasant. And he's definitely not going anywhere.
Shit. Do I remember at all, like, what happened when I was taken or what happened last night?
You can attempt to recall knowledge. I would say, what are skills? Perception would be a good one. Unless you wish to argue something else, then I'm all for arguments.
No, I mean, perception seems reasonable. That is a 25.
Okay, so you definitely remember the last thing you saw when you were on that soft bed, being taken and slid almost like if the bed was like sucking you into this deep black sea. You definitely remember hearing a tantrum on a boat. You've been on boats your entire life. I believe you would be able to know instantly the subtle rocking of a stationed boat and the wood frames and whatnot. So you remember hearing a bit of a tantrum, and then you went back out. You remember being taken somewhere, not dragged, perhaps because you are too small. But you were definitely taken, and you saw glimpses of the moon, and now you're here. Hence the on and off again, someone constantly knocking you the
That is not correct concussion protocol. So to Ryuga, I'll say, I mean, since you're here, can I assume that this wasn't your captain?
He nods for sure. Oh, by the way, if you can keep your spell slot from the
Okay.
from the little low level heal, unless you really want to attempt it, you can keep it.
Yeah, no, I'll keep it.
Yeah, he nods and just goes. And not gonna lie, I have absolutely no idea what's going on. Like I thought, like we knew people were going missing. But really, who has the balls to take someone from one of the major lords? Like, no offense to you, but I understand. I don't understand my situation at all.
I mean, taking any pirate lord right now seems like a bad choice, but... Well, I have absolutely terrible thievery, lockpicking, escaping skills, but is there anything that you can do to try and get us out of here?
Yeah, I can try. You see this poor guy kind of roll over and unfortunately roll in the weird sewage water that he's in to kind of be able to crawl over. He can't really move legs wise at all. He has to try and crawl over. And I think by the time he crawls over, you see him just quite literally play dead. You're close enough to be like, oh, okay. As somebody opens the door. You hear the jingling of keys, and deep, heavy set footprints, followed by click-clacking of heels. And quickly before you see the hulking figure of Captain Davion Blackwater, staring very down at you due to size and the fact you're probably seated.
Well, I knew that this... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, actually, why don't you say, because you started talking first.
Oh, I knew that this city was in bad shape, and I knew you weren't stewarding it, but I hadn't realized that you were specifically causing all of these issues.
Well, it's my city. I can do what I please with it. It's good to see that you're awake, little piggy.
Rude. Well, I could have woken up earlier, but I have the strangest feeling that someone kept knocking me out.
Ugh, apologies. I'm not the one, dealing with the handling. That would be up to my... whatever the fuck she is. Look. Bet you're wondering why you're here in this rather lovely accommodations, but... well... actually, I think I'd like to keep you in the dark for a little longer. Keep the trash where the trash belongs.
Oh, so you're going to be staying down here with me then?
He spits directly at you. And goes, "You've got a lovely mouth of that on you, is what you definitely do. I'm glad the Chimera Fall threw you out when they needed to." I'm
You
opening
don't
the
know
door. Oh, don't know what.
what you're talking about with that.
Well, I know
It's very
so
convincing.
much. I know everything, actually. Nothing happens within these waters, these seas, without me knowing what goes in, what goes out, what crawls underneath and goes through it. Ow, my finger! I hit my mug.
Blackwater gesturing dramatically hits the shield bars.
Blackwater's like, moves his hand, hits the iron bars slightly because it was like when you skim and you graze it when they're hit, and he goes, all right. Ada, you keep watch on this one. I am an unfortunate party to plan. A godforsaken princess. Hope she enjoys her little rebellion for now. I've got better things to worry about. And unless you'd like to say anything more, he is going to turn and kind of slowly walk off, pulling this out as painstakingly long as possible, if only to specifically annoy the person beside him.
Yeah, no, I think that I will let him go.
Mm-hmm. You see Ada, the sea witch, kind of not necessarily leaning on anything in here, as it's dirty. It does not keep up with the health and safety protocol. There was no Wimmis in this location. It's dirty. It's gross. And now that you can see her properly, you can see this like blue-green skin going on. Her hair looks constantly like it's wet, and the curls are also wet and heavy. She does wear like a little pirate's hat, with her very intricate like horns. So the hat is always to one side to make room for the horns that just go off. She has an eye patch, a very long wooden peg leg to match with her like stilettos. Everything about her is very pirate chic, if I have to be 100% honest. But in a oh god, like a moist way is the only way I can describe this. Everything looks like it's been touched with the water damp. Damp. Thank you. Thank you. I could have thought of any other word, but I said moist like 6 times today.
I just hate the idea of describing fashion as moist. Just, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Ada? I'm surprised to see you here instead of with your father.
Why are you talking to me?
Are you here for a reason other than to be talked to?
I'm here to stand guard and watch.
She reminds me of a teenager. That's great.
Yeah, you can tell. It's very like obvious. It's not like she's not happy to be here. She doesn't want to be here. There's definitely like wounded pride going on. So like, yeah, no, but being described as a teenager is very accurate as to how she's behaving right now. She's very unhappy though.
Wow, out of daddy's ship and still taking orders.
He let me. I can use force. He wouldn't want me to use force. He just said he needs you alive, but he never said how alive.
He Blackwater?
Yes, Blackwater. Did you see any other bitch in here that could give me orders?
I mean, apparently you're just taking orders from anyone, so.
Are you trying to die?
Oh.
Now I have
I've
a
had a bad
question.
night.
I have a question. Are you trying to get information out of her?
Yes. I'm trying to, like, goad her
Okay.
into, like, speaking.
Goad her. I feel like that's intimidation then. Since the way you're approaching to get said information is not exactly like, you know,
Friendly.
the nice persuasion-y type. Yeah, you're definitely going, you know, like
Yeah.
that.
Look, I didn't sleep well. I have a headache. And probably a concussion. That was a 34 for intimidation.
Okay. Alright. She just goes, for your information, you don't make deals with the devil and then don't expect him to collect.
A deal? I would have thought you were raised better than that.
Well, technically it's not my deal. It's a whole ass debt, and it's all you and your crew and that wretched Vimori's fault.
Oh, no, none.
How can this possibly be our fault? We just got here.
Well, you're full of shit, huh? Alright, how did you get here? Huh? How did you get... I don't think you... fuckers can fly.
I can.
Technically, I can too.
Mora's not even here.
No! This
Already
isn't even...
I'm sorry, Ada. Are you telling me that your father wasn't able to get another ship without making a deal with Blackwater?
No, fam, it's what was on the ship.
Was something on the ship other than Bimori out of character?
Yeah, straight up.
Was it
you
the
do
vial?
remember... no. You do remember that there was some sort of... that you didn't just steal like an empty ship, plus Bimori. You stole the whole ship, so you stole their stuff. You could have done whatever you wanted with their stuff, by the way. And this ranges from like clothes, any treasures that they just had inside their ship, because you know the ship is like a part of the home. So decor you stole, whatever was left on that ship. You, since you're the captain, would I'm pretty sure you're a good captain. You might have taken stock, and you might have noticed some crates, there you go, that were in particularly placed in like the back of the captain's quarters, like 3 crates, I want to say, stacked up. They weren't huge, they were small, but they were a little heavy, and if you were to have opened it, it would have just been a bunch of powder that you would assume would be gunpowder. They were like a dark green black in color.
Is that, like, specifically valuable?
How trained are you in medicine? This is for me. Like, trained,
yeah.
expert, master?
Just trained.
Just trained? Well, everybody can smell something and know it's a herb. So this was like smelling it, and it was like the equivalent of Tiger Bomb, you know, just attacking all the senses. Vicks Vapor Rub, bam, like that. Like, it was heavy.
So your stock of powders, herbs.
Yeah. If you want more out of her on that specific thing, you will have to make a roll, as she is a little more reluctant again.
Yes, I would love to try that. Is that intimidation again, or?
I'll let you pick between intimidation or diplomacy, just because right now you're not attacking.
I mean, my intimidation is better, but I rolled a 5, so I'm just gonna use my hero point real quick. Oh, that's much better. 39.
She just sighs a little bit, recrosses her arms, and just goes, I need that for my parents' health. It's expensive. It's from Sangala, and the only ports around here are controlled. And she just gestures, and it should be quite obvious, Blackwater. You stole 3 months worth of that. This shit is expensive. We currently don't have. We can't cover everything.
Marquise very strongly does not, restrains herself from, telling Ada to maybe take some money out of her shoe budget then. But do I know what she means by parents? Like, is it Bandit, or would there be someone else?
It's Bandit. Bandit's pronouns are like he, they. So we just shift from dad to parent freely.
Okay, yeah, no, sorry, I thought that was a plural parents. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, all good.
It is to refer to Bandit though.
Cool. Well, I hate to tell you, but we sold that.
Oh, what's the fucking point in being here? Ugh.
It's a good question. Might as well just let us go, and maybe we can track him down.
No. You did still steal the rest of the ship, and I have absolutely no idea what kind of unholy abomination is going on here. But I'm more inclined to watch. Safely from a distance, but...
So, that's it then.
Kind of. I'm petty like that.
We might not have sold all of it. I mean, there could be something hidden away somewhere that we know about. Can't tell you from down here, though.
Are you lying to her?
Yes, absolutely.
Are you
100% lying.
You're absolutely lying to her? 1 solid second.
Are you lying that we sold it, or are you lying that there might be some left after selling some?
So I feel like because
I didn't even know that we had this.
Exactly. So I feel like
no. I'm letting you guys have free range it.
Yeah. So
would
did
I
we
have
sell
known
it?
what it was?
Yeah,
I was on there with the ship. Would I have would I have been able to tell them anything about it? I was a smuggler for
You were a smuggler.
Bandit.
Yes, you were a smuggler. It's more so how close would you have been to Bandit? This is a
close to Bandit. I just wasn't close to Ada.
Yeah. But this is a pirate
very
lord getting
friendly. Yeah, I was very, very close, very friendly because they took me in when I was just like, "Hi, I have nothing in here except the stuff that's in here. And I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Now we're on
Yeah,
crab
you could
throwing
make-
Me exposed.
terms.
You could make
Yeah.
medicine if you're trained in it, nature if you're trained in it. One of those two I would definitely allow, and
Mhm.
yeah.
I am trained in nature. Let's see. Trained is a loose term. Very loose. So loose. Straight up hanging. That term is hanging for dear life. 14.
14?
Oh, 18.
Oh no.
18.
18?
But yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I mean,
That's
you
a
know
plant.
it's herbs, but yeah. You're like, that's a plant. That's a ground up plant. That's a lot of ground up plants. It might not even be the same plant. I don't know.
It's probably
I don't know if
tea.
you would've-
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if you would have known how sick Bandit, like the level of sickness Bandit is at, though.
Since
Mhm,
Irha is a druid and also is the child of one of the nature gods in Shambhala, would they have been able to determine anything about the nature of this herb when we found it?
Oh, yeah. Okay, you can give me also either nature or medicine, whichever is higher, and then I will lower this DC for you.
Okay. I did nature because I'm an expert in that, and I got a 35.
Oh, yeah, okay. So you know that this is, yes, this is meant to be, like, consumed like tea. These are, like, all, like, loose leaves and whatnot. It's some strong stuff, good for, the heart. And so it's definitely, it's like this equivalent of heart medication after you've gotten surgery, though in this case it's more so like whether or not there's been surgery, I truly cannot say. It's more so that they need this. They need to continue to drink this, and they'll probably have to drink this for like the rest of their living years, in order to maintain health. They're just hit with the sickness. So whoever but you would also know these are expensive, especially bringing it over from Sangala, they are very magically advanced rather than technologically advanced. And so their medicine, however, some good shit. Some very good shit. This, though, at its caliber and at its color and everything, you know that this is expensive. This is the real deal. This is something that you would expect like kings and stuff to take when they see a doctor, you know? It's high quality merchandise.
If I may, I imagine that some of these herbs are like in vials or something, so when we would have found them, I would have like taken a vial to examine to figure out like what exactly this is. And when he realizes what it is, this like big grin, this like smirk comes over his face, and she's like rolling a vial in between her fingers and looks back at everyone, cocks their head. I think we just found our ticket to becoming major lords. This is medicine. Expensive medicine. Life-saving herbs. I think we have leverage.
Oh, so you would have recommended then keeping it somewhere.
Yes. We are villains, after
I like
all,
this
and
one.
what Irha
Yeah.
wants
Yes.
more than anything
I
is to
would.
become a major lord. It has not
Oh,
above
no, I like
threatening the life of Bandit in order to gain that title.
And since it was the
Yes,
beginning,
oh.
Bamori probably doesn't know anything about that, because it's not like you guys were going to share your master plan with this random that you found on the ship. She might have
Can I
still been
just say,
asleep
though?
for all she fucking knows.
Can I just say that Bamori just is there and we just don't realize? So like you know
No,
all
for
of this, but we
ages.
don't know that you're there.
Ages. Ages and ages, I don't think you guys noticed, but Moria was still on the ship doing her thing.
Yeah, so I think you like probably heard us talking about it because we didn't know to
maybe.
keep our voices down because we didn't
You're
think there was
right.
another person on the ship. So I think like you probably would have
And
knowledge.
I am
Just
Oh, I'm a whisper elf. Of course I heard.
yeah, there you
Yeah,
go.
I heard. Cool. I did nothing with this information. I heard it. I didn't really understand exactly what you were talking about because you didn't say Bandit's name. So I was just like, huh, okay, medicine. Don't know what they're talking about. Don't know who they're talking about. I know it.
Ooh.
In terms of what we actually do with it, I think it'll depend on like Rashu's opinion and then like ultimately what Marikit wants to do because you're captain.
Yeah. I mean, as long as I get paid from Mariki at the end of this job, or like that's what I'm here. So I'm like, hey, more money means higher cut for me.
Yeah, okay, so then retconning slightly, I think that we did end up actually keeping it. And so I'm lying about having sold most of it, I guess. But yeah, no, we could get you some, Ada.
All of this, plus that really dope. I like that flashback. I like that flashback so much. That was cash money. So you can make your deception roll. I'm gonna lower the DC for you. That was nice. That was nice.
Love a flashback.
35.
You see her one good eye kind of perk up a bit. And I will say her eyes are like her eye is like this pool of ink. There's no light in it. But you can tell that you have her attention. And you could also tell she's a little desperate with your role here. So she goes, how much of it you got left?
A decent amount, not altogether. Let me out and I can tell you more.
She looks around and goes, it is really not safe to come out right now. And this isn't me being a hard ass. This is me walking in here and having a pretty damn good perception of this, whatever the hell we're in. But the party's upstairs. So I'll let you out then, when it's louder and when the guards are drunk enough. Does that sound good to you? And your fake dead friend over there at the Ryuga. That sounds great to me. Thank you.
Part of the reason I was being such a jerk was I was also trying to keep attention away from my poor lizard boy.
She actually has very bad perception. Like, in terms of the rest of the things she has, she just crit. That's all. And the guy who did have good perception, he failed. He rolled like a 2, and I was like, never mind. You don't even see anything. What? I don't know why I can't make my rolls with him. The dice don't like him as much as the rest of y'all.
For good reason. But yeah, so
Because
Marikit,
we're coming for his throne.
yeah.
Good.
Marikit will look at Ada and say, yeah, that sounds reasonable. I mean, you're the one meant to be on watch here, though, so guards aren't going to be coming down. Do you think that you could? And she sort of gestures at her chains and at Ryuga's, like, unlock us and we won't go up until during the party, when you give us the all clear.
Shit, fine. and she doesn't move. But you will notice from like side of her neck this octopus now appears. Little lad that was blending in the whole time, and he opens his cute little deep blue pretty eyes, looks directly at y'all, and then just down comes over, has the keys and opens and very nicely actually opens the lock for you guys. And then goes over to Ryuga, like opens the lock for them and making the noises, the suction cuppy noises, just like just that. And then he'll come back. He slips through the bars like nothing.
I love him.
I love him too. I will just sort of nod. Just nod at Ada
His name's
and settle
McGinty,
in.
if you guys really want to
What's his
know.
name?
Wait, his name what?
McGinty.
McGinty,
Like
the
a-
octopus?
Yes, McGinty the octopus, like a noir cop, like. Do you get it? Cut back cop, but like it's a squid.
I'm gonna cry. I need a plushie of McGinty.
Oh, McGinty's like
New
some
merch
weird,
idea. Let's go.
Taking Aki to Build-A-Bear to make a custom sound and like holding it up and Aki
You
doing
can
noise.
take me. No, don't joke about that. You taking me to Build-A-Bear? Look at what I just got at Build-A-Bear. I don't know if you guys can see. It's a Glaceon.
You can
Oh,
get
well,
Pokemon
we can see.
at Build-A-Bear?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they
Yeah,
just
I
started
know
doing it.
that.
Yeah.
What? What?
Very
Okay.
Okay,
small
so we
tangent.
need to go to
Pokemon has
Build-A-Bear.
yeah, and Pokemon has a very small line at Build-A-Bear. Some of it's online and some of it is in stores depending where you go and stuff. Glaceon's in stores right now in Canada too, so just saying. So is Umbreon, just saying.
Yes.
Good to know.
God. McGinty. Yeah, okay. McGinty goes back up. And you are free though, like to move and whatnot. And you will see Ada just kind of push the bars, and they're not locked. Or if they were locked, this is just poor craftsmanship. So she's just pushing it so you know, and so she doesn't have to touch it later. Now, is there anything else you would like to do before we skip ahead in time?
Karate chop.
Yeah, no, I'm good cutting back to the party.
You're better than me. I would have totally been like, okay, thank you.
That's if you can get her.
Can't hurt-
That's
you
if you
can't
can get her.
hurt
Oh my goodness.
McGinty.
Yeah, my
Yeah,
guarantee I wouldn't want to hurt. You're right.
Like, I'm
Also,
assuming
you
that
do not
because
know
she's
what
called,
McGinty's capable of.
I'm assuming that because she's called the Sea Witch, the fact that I am also magic means it would just be sort of like not
Yeah, that's
super
true.
effective.
Well,
I mean, that's fair.
yeah. It's who can
I
do
didn't
more
say I
damage.
would survive. I just said that's what I would do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Can we hear McGinty's walk one more time before we zoom? Or we never
it's
see
like
him again.
It's like a like that, because the suction cups.
Why are
Maybe
you so
Somebody
good at
clip
that
that.
sound?
Thank you.
Yeah, small
Clip it.
mouth. It's not that difficult to make weird noises. I can also make like a machine gun sound, and like an elephant noise. It's the very hyper specific noises that I can make. But yeah, they got we're gonna skip. We're gonna go back now to where we officially left off, in which you see Princess Reina once again pull from any source of light this beautiful spear. It looks like as if a shooting star were crystallized, the way that it glows and comes to life, and how her skin can just change the color of the clear crystal around it. And then she takes her spear and she shoots it, or rather throws it, I should say, directly at Blackwater, who is but a few feet away from her at the other side of the table. And now what we are going to do in particular is I need you all to roll initiative so that way I know it's not just like your turn order, but it's also how we're going to do this. We're going to be jumping around scenes like in the movies. And once again, would like to say that this is combat, but you're not forced to fight if you really don't want to. Y'all can run, y'all can flirt, y'all can hide, y'all can do what you'd like.
That's just Dex, right?
Your initiative should be around, it's like perception. It's usually that perception modifier plus, unless you have bonuses to your initiative.
27. No, 28. I can't math.
24.
You said it's our perception plus just whatever we roll?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Then 37.
One hot second. I need, once again, from Bemori and Irha.
24.
What did I say it was? 20...
You said 27.
Wait, let me look. Yeah, but did I miscount? Okay, so wait, that was 11 plus 17. That's 28. 28.
So 24 and 28? Yes?
Mm-hmm.
Or was it? Yeah, okay. It's unfortunate because it's a very long turn order, so don't mind me writing my things. I'm just writing things. I promise. It won't be this quick. And then that's Mori. There's a lot of people in this area, so make sure it could. No, I messed up.
Am I scared? The answer is yes.
I promise it'll be fun. I really would like this one to be sort of
Aki hasn't looked up in like a good minute.
That's why I'm scared. Like, why are there so many people? Who are we fighting?
Because you're in a room. You're in a very big room.
Everybody's fighting each other too. So like, it's not just us.
Yeah,
thankfully.
Exactly. Yeah. So they're not everybody's fighting you. It's everybody's fighting each other or running away. It's like it's a very big. Y'all really brought like chaos. Yeah, in this. Yeah.
That's so misleadingly nice sounding, your kerfuffle.
It almost sounds fluffy, you know, like
a
word
like
you
would
would use
say,
to describe like a kerfuffle of
kerfuffle.
bunnies.
Actually, they are quite difficult animals. It really is a kerfluffle if you have more than one.
But it also is accurate because they're also fluffy,
Violent.
so it's like kerfuffle of
Now
bunnies.
I need to know what an actual group of bunnies is called.
I have no idea.
Pretty sure it's like just
A
like
pain in the ass
fluffle
is what
or
it's
something.
Like, aren't there? There's like, it's called a fluffle.
Fluffle, yeah.
Shut up.
It's a
Close.
fluffle. Yeah, it's a
That
fluffle.
was so close.
I thought you were joking,
Kerfuffle.
Aki.
No, it's a fluffle. And then like herds of animals. I don't know who named some of them because some of them sound sad, and the rest are like really magical. Like a herd of elephants.
Murder of crows.
Yeah,
It's called a
murder
what?
of crows.
A murder of crows.
A herd of elephants is a memory.
That's sad.
Oh
And,
wow, that's
I
poetic.
don't like that at all.
Yeah, right? And like a herd of like
no.
panthers, I believe, is a shadow or something like that. Like they got some cool names. And then you have just like some other animals where it's like it's a group. It's a herd. Yeah, owls is a parliament.
So
Yeah, there's that. They got some cool names.
I love how hard
now
we
I
all
need
just
brush
nerded
blue.
out about this. I love it.
I know exactly what we're going to talk about when we go on break.
That's cool.
I need Rashu and I need Mariket's
37.
initiative. There you go. 37.
34.
37, 34. That is totally how you spell that name.
Believe it.
Yeah, those are numbers. Oh, I didn't roll. I missed a roll.
Well, of course, you've got so many people in there. I'm kind of surprised this is the first one that you missed. So much math in this game.
Rashi, for me, you have a tie with something. So
right.
would you like to go based off of Dex, or would you like to just have a roll off with me? In which roll d20s, and whoever's higher gets to go first. This is quite important for who you are tied with.
Oh, then I want to roll off. Let's roll off.
Okay.
Let
Just
the dice decide.
just a d20, just plain d20s.
Yeah. Ready? Okay. Just this is 17. No modifiers or anything.
You get to go first. I rolled a 7. No modifiers.
That ghost better stay away. I'm running.
Yeah, the moment Aki said you tied something, I was like, not someone? No? Thing?
Something. They can no longer be considered someone, unfortunately. They're just something.
It can no longer be someone. Oh, this is terrifying.
Yes,
The way
yes, it is.
Alyssa and I both had the same look on our face when you said that.
Okay.
Amazing.
Are we ready? Are we ready? Actually, let me see this time. Are we ready, or would we like to take our break early? This is mostly because I don't think we can take our break in the middle of this
Yeah,
scenario.
maybe we should take our break
reaching
now
the
so we don't mess up combat flow.
Yeah. That's what I've realized. So we will be taking our break early. Please stay. I hope I don't kill anyone.
Yeah. Just a little bit farther, guys.
I hate this plan.
We are almost there.
No, this is a stupid plan.
Marcus, I said go left.
Well, your left isn't my left.
Then go my left.
Whose left should I go to? Just do what you think is right, Quigley.
Move towards me.
Don't do that, no. Choose the other way.
Ah, Lady Angie! Thank goodness you're here. If you will but cut these ropes, I have a daring plan to rescue you.
Thanks. I kind of thought this would be going the other way around.
Of course you did. How could I possibly be able to handle myself in a dangerous situation?
Hey, Angie, all indignation aside, are you now an unnatural creature of the night?
No.
Well, that is great news. Let's move on.
Where's Thistle? I want to talk to her.
This way.
My little Springberry. I knew you'd return. I'm sorry about before. Could you just maybe... Where's the oath?
Tell us what we want to know.
That might be easier if I were untied.
Oh, come now, Brigand! You must repent from your evil ways and give us the information we seek. I think you're only a misguided soul. Perhaps your cursor due to an unsavory upbringing, but one can always forsake the path of darkness and live a righteous life. I'd like to read you a passage from Sir Gerald's Guide to Heroic Endeavors. It's in the third chapter.
We can go like this all day and
Here it is.
tomorrow.
Here's another one. Battles can only...
I'm looking for a screamer. He lives 5 or 6 miles southeast of here. He's got a traveler's store.
Friendship.
Quickly! That'll be enough. You see before you changed, man, these things.
Aren't you gonna untie me?
We'll see how I'm feeling when the curse is lifted.
Thank you, sir, and you're a very gracious host. Only, next time you might want to offer more than just your nuts.
I tried. You wouldn't have any. Hey guys, we were talking about friendship, right? We wanna friends don't leave friends tied up in the woods, you know? I mean, really, come on. Springberry? I could change. Really, like literally, I could change.
Welcome, weary travelers, to my humble shop. Feel free to look around. I guarantee you'll find everything you need.
What we need is something a little different.
Yes, everyone in your esteemed profession needs something a little different.
Specifically something I could use to lift a curse.
Those,
Sir Crag, may I have a sword?
No.
But I promise only to use it to purge the unjust and defend the innocent.
Well, the young man does have an eye for fine weaponry, for that is no ordinary blade. That is the legendary, Exordius. Remember the songs? Exordius, forged in dragon fire? No. If you had a bard, you would probably know.
Hear that, Sir Crag? It's a magic sword!
It's not.
I'm afraid it wouldn't be right to sell anyway. I mean, it can only be pulled from its scabbard by a legendary warrior of destiny. Well, can it be? Legendary warrior of destiny in my very shop.
Get away, Cripply. The blade wouldn't cut wet paper. The handle's just cheap glass.
That's used for a wand, I said.
Is this magical too?
Indeed it is, yes. You hold a belt that I, let's just say I acquired from a traveling sage. Yes, and he said it was blessed by the shaman of a foreign tribe who worshipped the ant. And, well, they revere its incredible strength because they can carry 50 times their own body weight, and that is a feat no other creature can match unless, of course, they're holding that belt.
Sir Crag, think of all the innocents I could defend with such
a... With the ability to carry 50 times an ant's body weight, I mean, he'd be an unstoppable force. You could probably lift this entire...
We are not here for your cheap...
So, those were genuine basilisk hide boots. And the hide of such a dangerous creature is, of course, very rare and therefore expensive.
How expensive?
Well, I'm sure we can work something out. I am, after all, a fair businessman.
Can we just lift the curse already?
Well, I cannot, but the Weird Sisters can.
Great. Who are they?
Oh, they're witches.
What?
I hate witches. They're just smelly old hags who make everyone else's lives miserable because they can't do real magic.
But they do know their way around curses.
No! Where are they?
Well, I have their cottage marked on this map. Well, I wish you all good luck. And if you find yourselves in the area with your purses too heavy to bear, I'm sure I can help you.
Let's go!
Hey, quickly. Wait, let me see that door.
Exordius, forged
You know, I'm beginning to think these idiots are actually dangerous.
You're suggesting we abandon the chase?
Nope, all I'm suggesting is that maybe we should even the odds a little bit. I think.
Hate that thing.
I know, you've been saying
You really
that.
shouldn't go messing around with people's
Hey,
souls.
do you hear that? It looks like something over there needs to be ranged, so why don't you go range it, Ranger?
You know, you can't just take what I am and make it into a verb.
I just did.
But it doesn't make any sense. You say I'm gonna go wizard something.
Yes, I say I whiz on things all the time. It means to be awesome. I'm gonna go whiz here.
But it means
I'm
so
gonna
many
be
different things. You
awesome.
can't just say that.
Yeah, but look, teleportation. Boom. Awesome. Boom. Pies. Awesome. I can
And
make
you whiz?
food.
That's whizzing.
That's whizzing. Awesome.
Whatever.
See? Dude, it's fine. Go range things, Ranger. I'm gonna go be awesome and whiz on these guys. Okay. Hi there. Care to get me out of this mess?
No.
Did you arrange anything? Because I whizzed all over the place.
Just this guy right here.
Oh, hi there. Hi. We're looking for a group of adventurers. There's a big dumb man with a big dumb hammer, a dirty, dirty wizard, this girl that kind of gives unsettling
Yes,
looks.
we've met. If you untie me, I'd love to help you find them.
So now where has the common courtesy gone to nowadays? You ask a question, all you get is me.
I blame the parents.
Yeah, me too. Let the kids go off and do whatever they want to.
Release me now! Or when I find my own way out of here, I will find you and I will rip out your throat!
See, now that is an attitude we can turn towards profits. Tell me, what are your thoughts about working alongside the undead?
Chicken? Bone?
Hello! Welcome back, everybody! Are we ready? Because I'm not. What the heck? Okay, cool. We are about to start combat. Now, a real quick, explanation? I don't know, a TLDR rundown for both my players and for the audience and how this is gonna work. Because we have, split the party, essentially, we are split into two groups. Group A being the main feast, so Irha and Vimori are part of that, and Group B being the Get Fucked, being Rashu and Margit. We will start with Group A first, and go down the line, and then once that's done, we will pan over to Group B, so I will let y'all know when that's happening. So as of now, we open back on Group A, in the middle of the feast. Princess Reina has thrown her spear at Blackwater, and I didn't roll to see if it hits or not. Good heavens.
Imagine we just kill him right now.
There's a chance, and then you'll be very surprised when what happens almost immediately afterwards. She throws her spear, and rather than connect and do damage, it simply only pins his cloak, shirt, whatever this man is wearing on his body, to his seat. Spears with a little bit of a disadvantage, unfortunately. She's right there, and she's using a throwing weapon. For her next two, ironically, she's also rolled the highest in your group for initiative. For her next two, you see her pull again another weapon from Light, and it's this large rod before she pops it out, and the blade of a curved scythe comes out. To my good people who have decent, who are trained in religion, I will say, just being trained, you know that the scythe is the favored weapon of the moon goddess, Sitara. She pulls out the scythe, and she goes to take another swing at Blackwater. And it will hit. Healing a semi-decent amount of, not really actually. You see her cut at him, and it hits his shoulder, making a slice to it. Some blood sprays, but it does not look like blood. Next, we have Bandit, who's all the way on the other corner, is seeing all of this, and sort of as the princess makes her attack and makes her declaration, more people are looking, and he spends his first action to stare directly at it in shock as he's watching this food fight happen, before spending his second action to actually get up, and his third action to... It's a free action to close, like, whatever little, to wrap your robe around you a bit better before he goes, nah, and he books it. He books it for the door. It's kind of at this moment where you see, even drunk running, he's surprisingly limber. Next is... Who the hell is next? I can't even read my own writing, my bad. Chimera form. Who's sitting at the table, gripping it violently. He sees the princess attack. He assesses the situation. And then he lunges also for Blackwater. Watching him lunge forward is like watching a shark on the prowl, about to make their attack, speeding up. you see they normally have like this big black oversized jacket kind of covering, not worn on their body, but covering a bit on their head, and then definitely being hung somewhere by some sort of appendage that sticks out from the back. With this much motion, you see the cloak fly off, and definitely this dorsal fin up top. Very much like a shark. Not as sharp, though, more so on a cute rounded edge. They will make... It's a furious amounts of attacks, I should say. Just have you seen JoJo? Have you seen Jotaro stand? Just furious amounts of punching. Okay, very anime-like with just, it's almost like you can see multiple sets of arms just punching this man to the ground. Not everything connects, that's for sure. You'll see some wildly miss and he's punching through the ground, and then you'll see some connect and more blood kind of spraying out of Davian's lips as the chimera form just goes to town. Next is Mori. It's you. This is happening in front of you. You are still kind of with Chantao off to the side. You in terms of vicinity, you were closer to where the chimera form was sitting, and now that space is free and empty.
Okay. So first I grab Chantal's hand closer and wrap it around my waist. I wrap both of her hands around my waist. Her hands around my waist. That was confusing. And I say, hold on. And I'm going to cast Zero Gravity on the space. So Zero Gravity, let me see. At the 6th level. So this is a 15-foot cone. So this is probably like the bulk of the people around us. I don't know what a foot is because I'm not American, but I am 5 of them, so this sounds like a lot. And so you me. There we go. Oh, sorry, no, it's 120 feet. I clicked on the wrong spell. It's 120 feet is the range of, so it's a 20-foot radius. Yeah, 20-foot radius, 40-foot tall cylinder. Sure, that. So unless they push off of a surface, creatures are floating. If they can fly, like I can, then they're, they just fly instead of being able to walk. And let me see. After a minute, or until I dismiss it, and everybody falls back down.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it. It's just I turned off gravity.
Yeah. Okay. So everybody's flying except you and Chantal.
Yeah.
Who's grabbing into you.
Yeah. So I'm flying us actively towards getting out of the area, trying to dodge the attack. So I was just trying to buy us like some safety and some confusion, just like a minute for us to plan something and also maybe say something, because I have not processed most of this and I'm pretty sure she's got thoughts.
All right. I believe your friends are now floating, but your enemies, whoever was at this table, I will definitely say is definitely floating. You even got the twinks in the air, because Blackwater had a couple of Twinkie boy Cortesians.
Well, they're floating.
Everybody at this table is definitely floating, probably, yeah. Unless you specified differently. How many actions was that?
I'm trying to see what it says. It's just describing people can fly. You can dismiss the spell when zero gravity ends. All creatures and objects fall back down. It says DC 32, attack plus 22. It doesn't say anything else.
Are there 2 little diamonds next to the word cast?
Oh, please. Oh, 3. Oh, no, 2.
3?
No, 3.
2?
Okay, 3 diamonds. I kept I don't know why. It's because I did cast into time, so they're both like at the same like level of highlight. So I keep slipping back and forth. 3. So it's 3 actions, I assume.
Yeah. So you use your whole turn to basically turn gravity off.
Turn gravity off. Grab Chantao.
Ironically, it is Chantao's turn. Right after you. You guys rolled one off, which is yay. I love it.
Because we're soulmates.
Yes, you are. She is grabbing onto you, so she's not floating per se. But she is definitely looking around and going, okay, so we're doing this now. I thought we were going to do this in an hour. Shit.
Wait, you knew about this too?
Yeah. Surprise. We didn't like Davion this a lot. I thought you'd be clued in on this.
I'm not really clued into most things, I think you can assume.
Yeah, okay, cool. This ship is fucked. You see her kind of pull out her jeep, which is like that long spear, dagger axe type thing. It's a polearm, technically. And she just looks around for the best way to leave. And since you guys are essentially grabbing onto each other, her first point of interest is actually to kind of get you out. So you see her kind of like move her body towards a wall or pole. No, it's to the wall. But she's too short to reach with her feet. So this is where the pole comes in. And you are in kind of one arm. She has her pole in the other, and she's able to kind of push off this way sideways as you guys kind of just float that way.
Well, since I can fly, I can move around freely. So if she wants us to go somewhere, she just has to say so.
Technically, you need to recast fly. And you no longer have
you're right. So let's just float.
Yeah, and you used...
We're just floating.
Yeah, so you're just floating. You used all your actions to cast this spell. Yeah. And she will use her first action to maneuver you guys away, or at least you in a more favorable position, before she casts the spell of her own. And with her G, you see her draw from the point of it to the sky and down, and as she does, this lightning appears. And she just spins it in a circle, and she casts the cantrip Electric Arc and shoots it straight for Blackwater. My guy's gotta make a save. Yeah, he'll take some damage. Yay, damage. Oh my god, wait a minute, this is heightened.
Ooh.
Yeah, heightened, your cantrips heighten as you level up, so that means they deal more damage, you get more dice to it as it goes. So this is a pretty damaging cantrip, yay. So far, I will say, whatever hits have been thrown Blackwater's way, it's a little hard to tell if he's too drunk to feel it or not. Definitely any blood that's coming out of him does not look like blood. I want to be, like, perfectly clear. You guys know what blood looks like. That looked like soy sauce coming out of him. Really chunky soy sauce coming out of him. And this lightning, while it does connect and deal something, you get a belly laugh out of him, like a gross and girdly.
Okay, Oscar the Grouch, Jesus.
So you see the two little twinks, and they're pulling out knives and daggers, and they were ready to go attack him, but the zero gravity has definitely thrown them off their rhythm as they're also flying about. They miss, but Davion does not miss, and he pulls out I have no idea, actually. Could you all make a society check real quick? See if you know what this weapon will be? If you've seen or heard of it? You two that are in there, at least.
I got a 30.
Society. Add a 17.
Lamori, you do not know what this is. To you, it looks like if someone were to take a metal pipe and put a handle on it. Irha, you know what this is. It's not necessarily new to here, as it is starting to become much more commonly distributed from the people's city of Shang. You know that this is a gun. And Davion shoots one of the things in the face. There is gore now flying. But that is enough to push him back further away from the rest of y'all, floating in 0G. He takes his next action. Sorry?
Oh, I just said my bad.
He takes his next action to reload his gun, slap it in there, and then pull out a bottle. The liquid in here is not as rancid as the liquid of vial that you took, Irha. But you can't tell if perhaps it's the color of the glass that is making this more sinister than it needs to be, or the fact that this man seems completely unfazed so far. And he just drinks it. And like watching an Avengers movie, you see his muscles pop up and then squeeze as they tense, and his veins then pop up and they come around his eyes, his neck, anywhere that you can see the skin. It's wrong. The veins slowly turn dull and black like ichor as they trace down and around his body. And when he finally is able to breathe out again, smoke comes out like a well-oiled machine. Now we're going to move to Group B.
Chris Evans would never.
Group B, starting with Rashu, who won a roll-off behind Scream. Rashu, you were barring the entranceway to this place.
Yeah, I know it won't hold, but yeah.
To buy more time.
So I'm not like bracing it myself. I like barred it, and now I'm looking at the window where some of the guards are like sitting near it, because I figured that once people realize the doors are locked, they're gonna try to go through windows, right? I wanted to shoot some arrows into the window, and I'm going to shout and try to like throw my voice like, "All right, fire!" You know.
Before you do that, though,
yeah,
you were left off in a rather fun situation. You see, a shadow is forming over you, and you know that the sun has not really shown itself. It's been cloudy in Melicity this entire time, yet there is a shadow that forms towering over you, and you can see this. You could probably make out that it's a rather large dog. But the shadow itself moves and wiggles like squirming worms and bugs.
I don't like that.
And hear, you feel the breath, the hot, wet breath touch your fur. And you hear, "Turn around, Hunter." Before, at the corner of your eye, however, you can, and you do see the white Cadejo, the white wolf, nodding its head to a direction. Specifically, around the keep.
Okay. But it's not telling me to look back, right?
It is not telling you to look back.
Great. That's the one I'm going to listen to.
It is doing a gesture, like a...
I also have blind fight. So even though I can't see what's behind me, I can probably guesstimate about roughly where it is in case I needed to fight it. It typically helps with hidden or concealed invisible things, but I take giant creatures are probably...
Oh yeah. No. I will give you blind fighting for something that you refuse to look at. That's for sure.
Yep. Okay. What's ahead of me? What are my surroundings looking like?
You see the head of the keep where you barred the doors. Okay? And you do see from the side of your peripheral vision, you can see the wolf showing you, nodding, gesturing around. And of course, just looking, and you can turn and whatnot and keep running. The whole point is, if you wish to turn around and
the better question... No, I'm not going to look at that. I think the question I'm more thinking about is, are there places where I can jump onto stuff?
Maybe this is this is a nice...
We're about to parkour Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
yes, exactly, 100%.
So you just say goodbye to the arrow idea in the window. I'm not playing with that thing. I'm getting out of here. Got it. Cool. So sort of feeling that breath, I'm like, that thing is way too close. You're gonna see him just sort of crouch down for a second. And what ability is that? I believe. So I have as a thing.
Oh my god! I didn't let Earhog go. Right? I didn't give you a turn, right?
I thought it was just dramatic cutting, and that I would come back afterwards. It's fine.
Okay.
No. Oh yeah. No. I'll definitely throw you in afterwards. Oh, that was my bad. My bad. You're written in really tiny font of my own terrible handwriting. My bad. We'll come back to you. We'll come back. It's okay. It's okay. My bad.
So I have a leap ability that lets me jump instead of taking 2 turns to do a high jump. It just lets me do it in one, but I'm trying to find where that is. Mm-hmm. Oh, is it quick jump? Yeah, you can use high jump as a single action instead of 2. So he sort of crouches down really fast and springs up really high, grabbing sort of some ledge or I want to say a piece of wood on the side of the building, and he's going to use that to sort of try to get out of there. He's not staying up there. He wants to climb as high as he can so he can run away from this big thing.
Okay. Would you say, I'm thinking Assassin's Creed and how basically any video game does parkour. You're going to be moving, but you're jumping around, grabbing onto ledges, swinging
very Mirror's Edge.
Off the walls. Very Mirror's Edge. Okay, good. But you are, in fact, moving...
away.
Forward. Yeah, you're moving away. Okay, good. Would you like to spend your entire turn doing this?
You know what? I'm going to do that really cool thing just because this is a game, and why not be cool? I'm going to...
Yeah, go. It's your moment.
So I kind of know where it is. I'm going to turn around, close my eyes, shoot an arrow, turn back around, and start running.
Oh yeah. I'm at some epic leap. You spin, turn, bam, and you're you're able to grab onto the ledge and continue. So please make an attack.
All right. Whew. This is scary. I'm
having a rough time with my bangs tonight.
So that's a 19 plus 24. 30. Wait, 19 plus, sorry, I'm bad at math. 19 plus 24. Anyone really fast? That's 30. That's 42? 40? Something.
I already
like
forgot
that.
the first
That's
numbers
not,
that you
that's
said.
not
Is it
enough for
33?
crit. Don't worry, baby.
33.
It's 33. Yeah, sure. Yeah. That's what I just want to hit it, shock it, but I'm not looking at it. Definitely not looking.
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be 2d8 plus 4.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll definitely hit it.
Okay.
I will give you this. Usually the bigger, this is for everyone, usually the bigger the enemy, the lower the AC. But it also just means like the fatter the cheeks.
They
you know,
have
like
more HP, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But hitting them,
so
much easier.
What does this mean? 2d8 plus 4, P plus 1d6.
P is piercing, and the plus
Okay,
1d6.
so
I don't know what
2d8
that's from.
It's from the type of weapon, like it's a magic weapon. So it's
Yep.
12, 13 plus 4, that's 17 piercing damage plus 1d6 electric. 17, 18, 19, 20. Three electric damage on top of the 17 piercing. Okay, that's not that bad. Thank you for the explanation, because otherwise I was like, what? This looks like a weird math equation from high school. I'm not ready for that.
Yeah.
Solve
it's-
for he.
Time for calculus.
Oh goodness. Okay.
All right. And
You
then
definitely.
do I need to roll anything to do acrobatics, or is it just?
Yeah, I was gonna say, could you please roll acrobatics for me, just in general? So that this is me just seeing something else.
35.
Oh yeah, you can.
This is what I
you
built him
pull
for.
off the shot. Oh yeah. You pull off this shot. You hear it connect for sure, but instead of like grunts or groans in pain, like how you'd expect, you hear a multitude of laughter coming your way. Just a like, but several voices, as one does with big scary monsters.
I've been playing lots of Elden Ring, and you're giving me like flashbacks of that. So, thanks.
Good.
It's terrifying.
You're definitely able to catch onto a perchman, no problem. Though you are giving it a chase, and now it's its turn, and it will choose to chase you. For the audience, if you would like to picture how this is, the way I see it is if you've seen Spirited Away, where Sen's running away from No Face, how wild that is. This is a very good time to picture that, except No Face is way grosser. And it will make several attempts to bite at you. It'll make 2 attempts to bite at you as it runs. Essentially, you can hear bits of this building, by the way, break away, as it would appear that it's also chasing you the same way you're going. You're parkouring, it's gonna try to parkour too, but like less effectively, more like King Kong swinging off of buildings. Yeah, you're Spider-Man. It's King Kong.
Got it.
Yeah, that's literally the best way to describe it. So, now you're gonna have. Okay. I hope I didn't accidentally put these rolls. Yeah. So does like a 46 hit you?
Oh, it definitely does.
Yeah, I will say it only hits once. The next attack is like 28, so it's not gonna hit you.
Right. Yeah.
But it rolled very high. My bad, fam. I don't want to kill you. I don't think he'll kill you. Is it a crit now? That's another thing I have to ask. What's your AC?
32. Is it a
Yeah,
crit?
that's a crit. I'm sorry. At least I will let you know it's not that bad.
So how do crits work? Can you just explain that?
Yeah. So crits, how they work is 10 above the AC.
And above the AC. Got it.
Yeah. So you guys can obviously crit as well. But 10 above the AC is usually how it is. Same thing for saves. 10 above would be like that's a critical success. And sometimes critical successes means your spell does nothing to them. Same thing with a critical fail. That means your spell might do a multitude of things, including extra damage and stuff.
Okay.
It'll usually tell you on the spells.
Yep.
But there shouldn't be that much damage. Yeah, no.
That was a lot of no's.
That's a lot of no's. That's a lot of I'm sorry, I roll very well. That's why I'm scared of killing you.
Okay.
But this isn't so bad. I mean, it's 30.
Okay.
You
One
take
bite
30
at 30. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't like it, but I'm still alive.
Definitely don't. Yeah, it comes at you. It comes for your feet, because it knows that you are limber, and so you feel. I will say it doesn't bite you because your acrobatics you're limber enough to know to move when you feel the ground beneath you crumble. But it's the debris that will probably get you. The debris and just the general force of power that was coming at you. When you look at the ground behind you as you leave, not the ground, but the wall, there's a giant hole in the wall where they have bitten into it. Quite literally, if this tower were an apple, there is a bite taken out of it. Its next attack, however, it doesn't hit. It's straight up a bite at the air, so you can catch a glimpse of its snout if you wish. Simply because it's pushing underneath, or not underneath, past your side. And
what does it look like? I feel like we want to share, but I don't want to know.
Yeah, it is tell the snout of a dog, of a wolf, big, gnarly teeth. But the teeth aren't white. They are red. This is some weird shit going on.
Yeah.
They are red and they are glistening with something and constantly drooling this black ichor while other things kind of wiggle out of it on the side.
No.
Everything about it is trying to grab onto you and touch you. Thankfully, your acrobatics is well enough to not take its special side effect. This is a nice homebrew thing, by the way. I don't like it myself. It's nasty. That will be its whole turn, though. And we will quickly jump back to Irta in the feast room. In front of you, before you. Besides the fact that you are all now floating, you see a young man. Well, it's more so what you don't see afterwards, and you definitely do not see a face taking the bullet through it. The gore is enough to censor it anime style, so you do not have to look if you do not wish. But the body, the corpse is being pushed past simply by the blunt force of it.
And you said that Blackwater, using the momentum from the shot, is like moving through the air, correct?
Yeah, so if y'all were in the center, the corpse is floating this way, and Blackwater is floating this way. So they are now, Blackwater is officially moving away from you, the group, and the Chimera, using that as momentum.
Okay. Irha, seeing first of all, alarmed that he has a gun? Why does he have a gun? That's not okay. And the death of the one man, Irha is going to pull out like flick out their hand, and as they do that, a vine like shoots out from within their palm, like bloods like splurting out of their palm as it does, these like thorny vines coming out like a rope, and is going to attempt to catch Blackwater with this vine. I'm casting Murderous Vine, a level 4 spell, so I have to make a spell attack roll against the target's Fortitude DC specifically.
Okay. 1 second, I'm also starting. I have to come and get you afterwards. That's why. Level 4.
Okay, yes, you do. I'm gonna use a hero point because I rolled, I think, kind of low. So I'm gonna do
Go ahead.
that.
You may use. You guys all have 2. Just remember that. So if you choose to re-roll, go for it.
I rolled even lower. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use my other hero point. I'm gonna end up with 0 for doing it.
Yeah. Okay.
We're hard in the paint now. And I rolled the same number. Okay, 24.
Yeah, that is lower. That unfortunately, it's a bit lower, even. It wasn't.
Oh no! Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, but oh, poor baby. You don't crit fail. You just regularly fail. What happens?
So I think what happens is that it still manages to cast the spell, but it misses Blackwater. Instead, I think it just kind of like shoots out and like just barely misses his arm, I think is what she was going for. And it'll instead, I think, just like break against like some floating tables or floating chairs. There's just like wood that splinters instead.
On your actual spell, does it state anything?
No,
Like,
there's no
on the
failure
actual spell
effect.
No. Okay.
No, there's no fail state for it.
Okay, cool.
That took 2 actions. I have a question for Bamori in terms of being able to move. So I cannot fly. What are my options movement-wise?
So, to read specifically so that I don't say it wrong, pushing off is a single action. So if you push off of a surface, you can move. Pushing off is a single action which has the move trait, allowing character to move half its speed in a straight line through the area. After you push off, you continue to move the same distance at the start of each of its turns until you leave the area or you push off against something else or hit something else. So, let me see. A creature pushing against an untethered object of your size or smaller will cause both yourself and, like, whatever you are pushing off of to move at the same speed in opposite directions. So you can push off of people and stuff, too.
Okay. Aki, if it's okay with you, can I retcon that instead of splintering against tables and chairs, the vine instead wraps around something that is, like, nailed or, like, stuck to the ground? And then can I use that to pull myself towards Blackwater?
Yeah, I'll let you do that. The pulling action will probably take up your last action. Are you okay with that?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool.
I assumed
you can
that
do that
moving
for
would
sure.
be it.
Yeah. You'll move up. You will cover enough ground, that's for sure, to be within a bit of a melee range to him, unless he decides to move again next round. But I did note that you used a spell, so thank you. I don't know when I'll get you with that. I might get you during this, who knows. Back to Group B. Rasha, you're running through. The creature, the spirit, is also running you through. Marikit, you can hear all of this. It echoes in the chamber that you're in. Ada, who was also there, startles a little bit at the noise. Ryuga as well. Anybody who's in here, which is a lot of people, for once goes silent as they just hear fighting, they hear crashes, and then something large bashing into the building. You can see bits of like rubble start to fall from the ceilings and whatnot. What would you like to do? you technically have 3 actions, because this is considered combat and whatnot, but a lot of like your movement and stuff we can retcon in terms of like the space of it all. So it won't take an action to get up and get out and all that. Like it'll take an action for like all your movement, I guess.
So I want to get out of the cell. Can I open like where other people are trapped? Do they also have that weakness, or is that just for us? Like that we can sort of push out the bars.
Oh, I think if you want to get the other people out, you can easily just run over and grab the keys from Ada. So just getting up, leaving your cell, grabbing the keys, running over, and unlocking it, I will count as one action, just because of the weird vicinity of it all.
Okay, great. So I will do that. Look to Ada to like make sure she's not going to do anything wild.
Oh, she is not.
Care? Okay, cool. And then
no, she is much more concerned about the noise, and she's almost studying it now, just the way she's watching.
Yeah, and then I will head up towards the crashing noises.
So the thrashing noises are coming all around you. And so what you can do is you can see a door which looks like a rather fortified door, and you can assume that is the way out. You can also look for an alternative way out, as you are underground, and so technically speaking, there's probably multiple ways to get out. If you choose that route, you will need to make a perception. If not, you can try the door and hope no one's there to stop you.
Yeah, no. Head empty. Want to get to my party. I'm just gonna go main door.
Okay. When you unlock the people, I will say they are of all different shapes and sizes, and they are all in different states of disarray. There are some that simply cannot move no longer. They've reached a certain state where their body has given up, and it's not pretty to look at. There's probably some dead in there with how badly hurted they were in, but a lot of people cannot move as fast as you, which is pretty sure you're not the fastest in terms of movement speed either, but they are much slower. Do you care to wait for them at all, or are you just out?
Fuck, okay. Instead, can I retcon, and instead of trying to leave, I will use my 2 actions to cast invisibility on myself. And then, next round, I'm gonna 3 action heal so that I can get just, like, the whole radius of the room.
If you want to do that, you can.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
I feel bad.
I think Ryuga will... You're villains, technically.
I know! Like, this is all
a different type of
over
villain.
whatever it is that Blackwater's doing, so, you know.
Exactly. Yeah, you're a villain. I will say Ryuga will look at what you're doing and simply go for the door. It takes him a bit to break it open. But he can do it. He's a strong boy. Now there are guards. There are 2. And he is kind of locked in a battle with one. However, Ada's with you guys. So, I don't know how long this will last. Sorry, this is me. Okay, yeah, no, she can do it. Okay. And she will, at a higher level, that I will not specify unless you have anything that lets you read or check what spells are being used or what magic is being done. Okay, so she will at a higher level cast Horizon Thunder Sphere on the guards. I think she can do it twice. Or no, once technically. If the correct spell would show up, that would be fantastic, but okay. Okay. That's the wrong dice. Okay. That's the right dice. Okay, so one guard gets turned into a splatter on the wall. The other is locked into a battle with Ryuga. And by a battle, I mean it's like a sword pushing type of thing, interlocked. And she leaves. She leaves. She just goes. She runs up with her, that her little heels can carry her, and you just hear as she's getting the hell out of here. But she has cleared a path, sort of. We're gonna move from Group B back to Group A. Back to our chaotically zero gravity floating food fight room. All of that. Reina is floating. She is floating and she's giving you guys a look. She's very confused. She looks to each and every one of you, and her eyes stop at Irha, and she goes, "Where are you going?" As she watches you float past her and then closer to Blackwater, and she goes, "Okay, I guess this is fine. Everything's fine." She will try to move out of this. Can she attempt it? Yeah, she can. Oh no! Oh, this is way better. She's gonna hydraulic push, which is a spell that thank you. That causes that can cause movement if she gets it right. Do I have hero points? Can I give myself a hero point? Am I allowed to give my...
I mean, I think you can.
As long as you're not using them against us, I think that you can also.
No,
That's
if
true.
you use
That's
it for us, I think you can use it against us as well. That's my argument.
Yeah, make it hard.
Okay. Make it hard.
I mean, don't
I
make
think
it
it's
hard.
fun
I don't
when
know
the
why.
GM
I don't know why I just said that. Why? This came out.
Amazing. No, I think it's fun when the GM gets to also make these
Yeah.
moves. I won't say the word moves against us.
If everybody's okay with me having a couple hero points as well, I would love to take that, so that way I don't crit fail with this spell and then have to look up what happens when I crit fail. That's so much better. I'll take a nat 20 any day, especially since this is benefiting y'all. So, you see Reina with she lifts her scythe and spins it anime style before shooting out this torrent of water of like a light blue torrent of water shooting out, hitting Blackwater directly into the face, and thus he gets pushed like 20 feet back. And Irha, you're like floating a bit closer as well, so you're no longer within melee range, but you are sort of at a safer distance in terms of casting. This is able to push her back and all the way back to a wall, and with it she is going to kick off and try to push herself closer, and that is her entire turn. It's Bandit's turn, and Bandit is stuck dealing with other people who would also like to take him out. A bunch of random NPCs we'll call it Jared 1, Jared 2, and Jared 3, surrounding him. And this is where Bandit shines best. He pulls out not one, but 2 rapiers, 2 long pointy sticks, and starts dancing. Just straight up dancing, okay? And his fancy footwork, his elegance and grace, how he's able to just move here and there and spin and turn and slice up one, spin and turn and stab through another. It's very graceful. It's very fun. This could only be made more fun if you were also involved in said dance. And that is what he is doing off to the side. It's the Chimera Form's turn. And they are really pissed off at how far everyone now is. And where Irta is meant for the ground, the Chimera Form's meant for the sea. So they're built for that specifically. Like, they can hold their own on land, but now you're making... Fish don't fly, okay? Yes, I'm coming after you. I said I'll find a way to come after you every episode, and I like to come after you every episode. And in this case, producer Jared, is taking a tango 3 times with Bandit and losing badly, poorly. The Chimera Form is simply trying to get out of this 0 Gs, and you kind of see her swimming out the best that she can. She's gonna actually use... She has a lot of movement speed, actually, so she can get out of this probably within 1 turn. I'll give it 2, actually, just for the difficulty. And for her last move, she went into this relaxed but loose stance. You see, like, the big, tall, hulking, stiffened body just drop, like they've released so much tension, and their arms become looser. And you see that they're kind of swaying a little bit, mimicking being on a boat. And this is a stance known as the Jellyfish Stance. Yeah. Bimori, it's your turn.
Yes. So, first, I'm going to use, like, the move action fly, which is in my actions. Let me see, where are we? There. So, that is 1 action, and I'm flying so that we don't fall, because the next thing I'm going to do is dismiss 0 gravity. So, me and Chantao are still... We're floating. We're fine. I'm not, like, zooming us around. I'm just keeping us in place for the second, and I... release the spell. Is Bandit within... Let me see. I think it was... Is Bandit within 30 feet of me? / are the people attacking Bandit within 30 feet of me?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me see. I'm probably gonna have to roll something for this. Let me see. So I have... Ooh, okay. I might have to ask a question about this. I have the spell Acid Splash. It is, if I hit, it's 1d6 damage plus 1 splash acid damage. If it's a critical success, target takes 1.
Yeah, it's gonna be up higher because that's a cantrip, and I'm pretty sure, right? And
yeah, it says heightened 3rd, 5th, 7th, and 9th. So I don't know what that means.
So you'll get knockback of the heightened 5th.
666. Yeah. Okay, so then I guess the highest one there is like heightened 9th. Initial damage increases 4d6 plus 4, and the persistent damage increases to 5. Splash damage increases to 4. Okay, so what would you like me to roll for that? It says DC 28 attack plus 18.
Does it tell you specifically that like the people you're throwing it on have to make like a reflex save, or does it say like make an attack, magic attack roll or whatever?
It says you splash a glob of acid. It doesn't say anything about about them taking or doing like some sort of save. Nope. There's nothing about a save. It just says DC 28. It says acid, attack, cantrip, evocation.
I think it's evocation. Okay. Yeah. So I think you got to make the attack roll, And then the save comes for the persistent, I'm pretty sure. I actually have not used this spell ever. I've never seen it get used. This is like the one cantrip that I have absolutely no prior knowledge to.
Sick. Well, I rolled just without anything. Let me see, a 16, and then where's my tab? So attack plus 18, so that's 16 plus 18, which I will Google because I can't do the math. And that is a 34.
Oh yeah, that's gonna hit.
And I'm aiming at the ones that Bandit that are attacking Bandit. Kind of like a little apology.
Make your definitely make your damage roll.
Right. So that is 46 plus 4. Let's see. 4d6. That is an 11 plus 4, 15.
That is, sorry, what?
15. And there are no sixes, so there's no crits. It's just normal.
Yeah.
Normal damage.
And then you also have the persistent. Okay, cool. So splash damage is kind of like an area thing. So Bandit will take some splash damage, but you definitely knock out. Like you actually paint me a picture of of how you get rid of at least 2 of these Jareds. Do you want to kill them? Do you want to knock them out? How are you defeating Jared?
How am I defeating Jared? Oh, how do I answer this question in a way that my camera doesn't cut out mysteriously? I'll knock him out. I don't know how you could knock somebody out with acid, but it can be done. Sure. It's just a lot to deal with, It's just like very overwhelming.
Yeah.
Wow! I could have killed you.
Brandy has sinned.
You choose to knock them out. That's 100% fun. It's
Yes, I'm just knocking
I think
them
what
out.
happens is, so you throw your acid, it splashes, and it scares the shit out of 2 Jareds, and they just pass out. One takes so much emotional damage that they're out cold. And the rest
I'm holding on tight to Chun Chao, and I'm holding us up, and I kind of try to lock eyes with Bandit, and
Bandit goes from like fighting 2 people to just like dusting off the little acid and looking specifically where it was thrown to locking eyes with you. And have you ever seen when you want to be mad at something but you can't? It's that
I
weird
see that
facial
face
expression.
often, actually.
Yeah. Purses his lips, moves his mouth around. He wants to be mad. It's a little hard to be mad when you scared 2 people. Not to death, but they're out cold. And they won't be stabbed. As much as the 3rd Jared, at least. Chen Tao's turn. You guys are flying now, you said, and actually, what happens to the people where the 0 gravity has been turned off?
They straight up just fall.
Do they take damage from falling?
Let me see. It didn't specify if they did or didn't. Let me check what it says. Core. 0 gravity. You can dismiss the spell when 0 gravity ends. All creatures and objects in the area fall back down. It doesn't say if they take any damage or not.
Technically,
doesn't say.
Fall damage happens when you reach a specific height, and there are feats and stuff that lessen it, and whatnot.
Well, it said 40
However,
feet tall is the cylinder, so I don't know if that means that it.
So I would
launches
assume
up or not.
everybody's. Yeah, I would assume everybody's relatively 40 feet up, and I would assume that you
Sick.
will take damage
Sorry.
for sure. Oh, what?
I said 6, sorry.
How high? Oh, okay. Wait, 6 damage?
No, I
Or
said
6
sick.
complete?
As in sick, they're gonna
sick.
take damage, but also my
sick.
bad.
Oh, I see.
Sorry,
Yes,
let me
the explanation,
yes.
I would assume, though, everybody would be floating 40 up, and falling 40 down will deal some owies, unless they are the 2 lesbians in the sky. So we'll get to the damage on said turns. Oh yeah, we'll get to the damage onto people's turns, I think. And Chen Tao is now sort of hanging, not really, because you're floating, but she's not the one that the magic is cast on. And she'll give you a look, and she'll go, just don't die again. We have a lot to talk about.
No promises.
Huh. And she will jump off from where you're floating, and holding onto her G, she grabs it with both hands and flips down, using the momentum to help attack Blackwater, essentially.
I try to save our asses, and what does she do? Jumps into battle.
Oh, she's a fighter. She's a magus, technically, so does she hit? This is me double checking, sorry. This is what happens. It's too many screens. Too many screens up in here. Oh no, she totally hits, yeah. You see her take a spin. She doesn't need to spin, but it's for the drama, for the aerial drama. She brings down her G fully, like an open slice, to hit Blackwater, and Blackwater is already falling, so this is just the extra damage on top, as she uses the rest of his giant body to cushion her fall and bounce back off of him. She has a backflip going off of him, as she doesn't need to show off. Maybe wink.
I mean, I am watching.
You are watching, yes. She doesn't need to, but you know. What is this? This is this. She does a sizable amount of damage. It's actually quite a clean cut through him. She takes the rest of this turn to make one more swing at him, who is prone. She'll hit again. And watching her fight is like watching... She is a seasoned warrior. There was no question before, and there is definitely no question now. Even into... while she isn't, like, crazy old, she's still aged. She's a seasoned warrior. And watching her move as she does, it's like she's in the prime of her youth. There is no delay. There is no, like, my sore elbow. There's nothing like that. She falls, she gets back up, no problem. She does not feel a single bit on her body. A well-seasoned warrior. Yes, Dusty, good job.
I was gonna say, like, I'm jealous. I wish I didn't have those pains.
I was about to say, I guess I'm no longer in the prime of my youth. Whoa.
I'm talking about when you get older, and it's like your back pain.
No, say a name. Say an age, Aki. What's older?
Say an age.
What's older?
She's in her 40s, technically. She's in her 40s. And I say technically because there's a technicality to it that you might find out.
Are you calling 40s seasoned?
I'm calling her seasoned. There's a technicality. She looks 40. She's probably older. That's what I mean. There's a very big technicality in her age.
I mean,
really
Bimori is supposed to be dead and has been alive for a long time. So
that's what I'm trying to reference here.
Several hundred years old, baby.
Well, you're also an elf. This one is like a half elf dusk walker. And if you know what a Duskwalker is, hopefully the technicality will make sense now. The best way to put it is she at least looks like a MILF, you know? She at least looks like a MILF. She looks MILF appropriate age.
It is very fun to bust Aki's balls.
You may bust all my balls all you want. I'm like 23. What are you gonna do? Like, I don't know, okay? My age seems old to me.
Baby.
I was about to say.
Yeah, okay. She does another really good swipe. She does damage. It's Blackwater's turn. He fell. He got hurt. He got a little boo-boos. To be fair, actually, he doesn't. He's taking these hits like they're nothing to him. There's definitely you say younger sibling, but I'm actually the oldest. I'm the oldest.
You are definitely the
You're
baby
the youngest
here.
here. You're the baby. Yeah,
I'm
you're
the youngest
one
I'm
here.
the youngest here. Yes, I'm the youngest here. I'm the youngest
We're
here.
all older than you.
Yeah, okay, yeah. I'm Gen Z. I'm allowed to do this, technically.
Oh my god, are you really?
Yeah. You may turn me. The world may turn. That's fine. That's fine. Let's go. Let's go. Like, I'll do the Fortnite dance while seated.
That was the most Gen Z shit I've ever heard anybody say out loud.
I need that
love
clip.
it.
Oh my
I
god.
love
Somebody
it.
clip that. Somebody clip Aki dabbing while being turned.
Oh,
I'm allowed to do all of this, I swear. At least until, like, I think Gen Alpha is now the new ones. But they're all in diapers. They have no rights yet. It's Blackwater's turn! He took a fall. He took hits. He took more hits. And he gets up. I need to stop reading chat. Coronials?
please tell me that's what they're called. Oh my.
Is that what?
I'm vetoing that
no.
just for the universe. What the? What is a coronial?
Oh my god, coronials? Oh my
clip.
god. No, see, I know that they're called I know that they are called corona babies. Like straight up. They're pandemic babies. And that's like a thing. Like on
Coronials is like funnier to me.
Trend on TikTok, and I know this because I have a couple new corona baby cousins. But that's what they're called. And literally anything they do becomes better than regular babies. It's ridiculous. It's I don't understand. Back to battle. He gets up. Every breath he takes, steam comes out. And that's the best thing for it. It's like smoke, steam, like a machine almost. And you see his eyes, which were this muddled, muddy gray, get very silvery and get warmer and warmer. Whatever he drank is doing something to him. And I'm burping. And he sees Chuntao, and he decides to square off. And now they are locked in a back and
Mortal
forth battle.
Kombat. Sorry.
Stop.
I'm looking for his thing just to make sure if he can hit her or not.
This bitch, I swear to God.
Yeah, but Mori's gonna destroy him. He needs to chill out before he hurts himself.
Mm-hmm. He also has a rather nasty looking short sword. Though compared to his size and how he's holding it, it looks more like a really nasty shiv, if we're being honest. It doesn't look very favorable. It's just he's so big right now that the size and the size of his hand, it dwarfs in comparison. And he's going at it. Actually, I have no idea if he hits her.
Better not.
Okay, first attack will hit, and you see, and he goes. The best way to describe this is prison style. The way he's gripping the dagger, the shiv, and he's jabbing like as fast as he can. He gets one clean jab off on her side, yanks the thing out, goes again for another one, and he misses wildly. So wildly enough, she's able to just grab his arm and flip him over her. Like judo style. She just BAM! Okay, and she's this little 5-foot woman, and he's over 6 feet tall right now. BAM! Onto the ground. But she clutches to her side, as she has, in fact, been stabbed. It's Irha's turn. Yeah.
I was distracted. Yes. So, as the gravity is turned off, it is like falling 40 feet to the ground. And I think like in that split moment, as she is falling and she can see that Blackwater is also falling, they are going to cast the cantrip Scatter Scree in order to bring a bunch of rocks falling down from the ground onto Blackwater, and it creates the area around him to become difficult terrain. So he needs to make a reflex save with a DC of 31.
Reflex save, DC of 31. Most unfortunate. That you would not believe your eyes, but that's his best save. He's giant, but he's limber.
He's a pirate.
And he will crit succeed that. That's a 44 on his reflex save.
Okay. So I think what happens is that Blackwater is able to dodge the falling rocks, but the spell will still go off, and the ground in a 10-foot cube around Blackwater is still difficult terrain.
Yeah, that difficult terrain will still happen. And I think how you see him dodge it is he's been thrown, but despite being thrown, he looks, or he notices rather, the rocks forming, and you see him unnaturally crawl off to the side. He's still prone. He's still gonna need to get up in his next turn, but he's able to crawl like a roach, like a cockroach on the ground, skittering fast off to the side. Do you have anything else you'd like to do?
Yes, I have one action left, and you said that Blackwater had pulled out like this vial to drink from, right? It's like in the beginning of this whole combat encounter, which means that he presumably has more on him potentially, and Ida is kind of concerned about leaving Blackwater with more of these vials. So I'm going to use my last action to try and like tackle Blackwater and pin him to the ground.
Okay, and to do this, we're gonna have you take your fall damage, just because you're still falling, right? Now I personally
How much
actually
damage
don't
is
know.
that?
Yeah, I personally don't know how to calculate the fall, like what the fall damage calculation is, because not gonna lie, whenever it runs with me, I have a monk. The monk falls, and the monk has feats to take no damage. So,
it looks like 1d6.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, do you want me to roll it, or would you like to roll it? Because I'm fine with either or.
You can roll it, that's fun.
I can roll it?
4d6.
I hope it's... Please be bad.
I really thought you were going to say that you were going to drink the vial that you stole, and I'm so glad
No,
that you didn't.
I saw your face and I saw that you thought that, and no, we're not going there. This is sacrilege.
Yeah.
If you do go there, I was gonna pray for you and then tell you what would happen. You will take 11 points of fall damage as you come crashing, essentially. But you can kick off the ground running, that's for sure. If you wish to tackle, You can make me an attack roll if you'd like, or an athletics check. I'm cool with either, personally.
Okay. I'm gonna do an attack roll then, if that's cool.
Yeah.
I got a 21. I'm rolling really poorly today.
You do have hero points if you wish to re-roll. Oh wait, no, you don't.
I do not. I used both of them earlier.
Oh. You did. Oof. My heart goes out to you. You will miss this tackle, as he's just able to move past you right before. He's able to move past you faster than you are able to turn into him. So while it takes you to adjust, he's like the other side, like ready. You do have him cornered though, and I will say that you have him flanked with Chantal. So on your next turn, you guys will get some bonuses essentially to do whatever you wish to do. There is one more person in the room, by the way, who has been casually chilling, and that's Queen Ariana. And she's been sitting at her table the whole time, quietly sipping tea with her crab, Jared. And she's watching you all with genuine curiosity. And anyone who comes within her vicinity gets blasted to the face with magic. Nature magic specifically. She's literally, she takes a sip from her tea and she'll just hold her hand out, and then a torrent of water gets blasted in rando Jared directions. Actually, I realize now calling the randos Jared and then having her crab Jared is very confusing. So we'll call her Crab Jeremy. And all the random NPCs can be Jared. So yeah, Jareds are getting blasted with torrents of waters to the face, knocked out cold, or partial drowning. Who knows? We move on to Group B. Rashu, would you are close to what you recognize as the entrance that you had entered twice previously. You are also quite aware that there are servants' quarters around your area.
Well,
So
yes.
where you aim to go.
Yeah, I would like to sort of hide in that building and close the door behind me. But I'm going to try something risky as well before that. So,
Yes, tell me.
So Rashu sort of is getting chased by this thing. He's running, sort of on this roof, jumping, leaping. And then he sort of stops, turns around, takes his bow, and begins whispering to it. And he goes, "I will hunt this thing until it leaves me the hell alone." I'm activating the oath bow, which okay, so this is the thing. It does say I can see. So I think I have to try to look at it to do this, right? Okay. It's kind of worth it though, because if I can pin it down, then I can definitely get away from it. All right. I take a small peek as I say that.
When you as you take your peek, you are, I'm assuming, still moving, right? You're jumping through your time, if not. And so what you see,
I think it's like a slow motion, like jump around kind of.
yeah. Imagine this in slow-mo, because that's what it feels like to you as you're taking in this image. You're peeking, but you truthfully, you cannot help your other eye opening and taking this in. It is an unnatural thing. You have seen spirits, and you've seen angry spirits, even vengeful ones, even, and they can look like horrid, monstrous things. But before you is this giant wolf-like creature. But there are no claws. There are hands, human hands, where its legs are supposed to be, and those hands itself are like formed with several muscle-like spirals to bring out its finger-like appendages. Its fur, you are so certain, moves with it. Like its body is constantly moving and forming in some weird shape or form, and its eyes are so red. They are like a new. You did not think red could be that red, and you do not like what you're looking at, as its eyes are just. It's not like one pupil. It's two, and then three, and then it goes back to two, then it goes to four. It's constantly moving to take a form that it knows you are familiar with. And what will scare you the most? So you are frightened. For sure. Actually, you know what? You can give me a will save, actually, because you're doing your oath bow thing.
Yeah.
And I would say that your oath might be stronger than your will.
Yeah. Let me just check one thing about that, because I have. Expand your luck. You said what kind of save?
Will save.
Okay. Not gonna help. Cool. Will save. Ooh, it's my weakest one.
You do have hero points.
Oh, I will use them. Don't. That was the plan. That's a 29.
You will be. You will be one. Yeah.
I'm going to use a hero point.
Okay, if you'd like to, sure.
I mean, yeah, I want to try to be as fine as I can be. Okay. That's going to be a 36. Let's leave it there.
Okay, you're fine. You've made enough to pass. You look at it and you steel yourself. You harden.
I'm kind of scared on the inside, but I'm holding it back.
Oh yeah, of course. No, of course. This thing terrifies you. And what's worse is the minute you turn, the minute you peek, you look. Oh, it smiles nice and big at you. It smiles so much that you can see the ends of its lips rip a bit open more to smile bigger and wider. And it grins and it giggles. And while
I love this nightmare fuel you created.
Oh yeah. And when it and when it giggles, it's like children laughing.
Oh, this is the worst.
Laughing.
Disgusting.
Children are the most terrifying.
Yeah, right?
All right. Well, I made the oath that I'm taking this thing down. And so I'm going to aim at it. Well, I'm already aimed at it. I'm going to shoot. All right. 38.
38 to hit it?
hit.
Oh, a 38 will crit. You can deal double damage.
Oh, not just double damage. Because I made this attack with my oath bow, which if I crit, it is pinned to the ground. Because I jumped up and shot at it. It pins to whatever it does with this electric damage. So, I was ready to spend the last little thing hoping it did that. So I'm glad it did what I was trying to do.
Yeah, no, it was amazing.
So yeah,
roll your damage still, but like tell me how it looks. Well, it's your moment.
I think that's 2d8 piercing plus 4. 1 second. 2d8. That's plus 4. That's a 20. That's 20 piercing damage. And 8 electric damage. And the critical hit, the target gains the bow's critical effect, which is, in this case, The target is immobilized and must spend an interact action to attempt a DC 10. It's probably going to do that, but I wanted to get away. That's really what it is. I wanted to stop it for a little bit so I can get some distance between us.
Oh yeah. It
can't move from its space until it succeeds. The creature doesn't become stuck. Well, you know what? It probably is incorporeal, but it's like oozing and stuff, right? Like it's there.
Yeah, no. It is solid. That's for sure. It's solid right now, coming after you with such ferocity.
Yeah.
So what does your arrow look like? How does this look?
So he jumps, opens his eyes, spins, and he sort of gets this twinge of fear in his heart, and he pulls the bow back just a little more taut, lets it go, and as the arrow goes, this crackle of lightning begins to form on the point of the arrow, and then it just sort of shimmers behind it, and just leaving a long streak of lightning as it stabs into the creature and like sticks him to the ground on the roof. And then I'm getting the F out of there.
Oh yeah. I believe you'll jump around. Would you like to enter through the servants' quarters so you're higher up, or would you like to enter through like lower?
Let's do the servants' quarters so I'm higher up. But I'm running, yeah. And those are my 3 actions.
As you're getting the hell out of here, you do your move. You see the spirit crash down, leaving one hell of a mess in the side of Torpedo Keep, just ripping the walls, the bricks out of the walls and whatnot, the structure as it goes down, and it leaves quite the dent. Almost it almost breaks through, like it's going to crash through whatever foundation it has underneath, and then plunge into the sea. It gets up. It does spend its action. It does get up, no problem. But then you see, and this is as you're leaving. Okay, so you can catch these glimpses as they're kind of happening in that same time, seconds apart. You will see this blast of greenish light come from the sky and just blast that spirit down again, so it's knocked down. And you will see hanging out from one of the windows is Alani, holding on to the side of said window as they cast Moonlight Ray. I'm pretty sure that's Moonlight Ray that lets me do that. Yes, it is Moonlight Ray. And they will spend whatever else is left to yell in your direction, "Your captain's in the basement!" And they will get the fuck out of there. They hop back into whatever little hole they're in, and you can hear the clink clank of the armor just rushing very fast, like Sonic, out of there.
Okay. I like scrape on the floor as I'm turning to go towards the stairs heading down. That's just cool flavor to add.
Yeah. Do your shit. You're heading down, Marquette. You hear all of this, and actually, from the spirit sliding down, the rubble just like rips from, for you, the ceiling, and you can actually see light. Though it's surprising with how gray normally Melicity is. You see so much light, and it illuminates the room, and it illuminates the disgusting horrors that have taken place here. The smell makes sense now. This room has never been cleaned. There's gore everywhere. Pieces, hearts, and you definitely see illuminated now. Several of them in these glass containers. You see still beating hearts of different sizes. Some aren't even hearts, but you know that they are innards of some sorts, but they are pulsating. And the longer you focus on it, the louder you hear it. And they are lined up, several, almost, I would even say, hundreds of containers in this room. just here, you would also see a large tankard, and oozing from it is what you really are hoping is tar or molasses. You are really hoping that is what is oozing from the bolts and the little cracks that you can see in this container. It's not a fun one. Yeah.
No. Okay, so I think that Marikit had been sort of prepared to run out the door or out the, giant hole in the room now, but seeing just sort of how horrific everything is, they're going to, look around and say, just out into the general space, tell Reyna that the Mola rescued you, and we're expecting more payment for this, and I will cast my 3-action heal so that anyone in the room can sort of get up and also get out, because I know that Reyna's handmaidens were also among the missing. So that's a full 3 hit points for everyone within 30 feet. I'm literally casting it at level 1. I don't feel that bad about it. I just want them to be able to get up and get out.
Oh my god, that's so valid. Now, you guys have made a roll. Actually, is there anything else you really want to do during this bit of initiative besides what you have just done?
Nope.
No, you're good. Okay. We are going to step out of initiative now, so this is going to be quite free-formed space of what you're allowed to do. You can keep fighting if you want. You can run, you can flee, whatever. But you are slowly, you see, if any of you have talismans, you are seeing they're starting to glow now. And soon you will. However, your captain does not have a talisman. You never distributed it prior. You did it after they were kidnapped. And so you do still have a bit of time to get to each other. It's a bit nebulous now, like I said before. If there's anything, any last minute things you would like to do while this is going on, because essentially everything's happening at once, right? You're merely seconds apart. Now is the perfect time to do it, with very minor rolls that I will make you make.
Yeah. Oh, you're muted, Randy.
I said I'm running to the basement and I am bringing talismans, so that's what I'm doing.
Good.
Yep.
Yep.
So I would run, knowing that that's where my captain is.
And Marikit, you're running up now, right? Oops, sorry. You will definitely be able to meet halfway, essentially. But Marikit, with you is definitely Ada and definitely Ryuga. Those are the two that are with you as you run into Rashu.
I am also definitely invisible. I cast invisibility before, so I'm
so I guess I'm running past you at first.
Doesn't think that it's just yeah.
But is everyone invisible who's in that group?
No, it's just me.
Okay, so then I see some other people running up in terror, and I'm like, "Have you seen Captain Marikit?"
Yeah, and then I'll drop it and be like,
and I'm like, "Oh, and I fumble around my pockets looking for a thing, and then I'm like, "Oh yeah, I don't have pockets." I look in the side of my boot, and I go, "Here, some talismans."
I will grab it and say, "You really took the chaos dart."
Yes. There was a little bit unexpected chaos. Right. There was a giant evil spirit outside, by the way. You might not want to go that way. Where's everybody else? And I'm thinking about where I am. I don't think I was paying attention to the geography of the building when I sort of jumped in through the servants' quarters. So I'm taking a second to try to reassess directions in the building and figure out where we're supposed to be meeting up. So that's what I'm doing.
Don't think we set a meetup, so that'll be great.
Yeah,
We did. I mean, we
never
said
set
we
a
were
meetup.
using the, but we did say we were using the little exits to like get out of the fighting area. So at least we know that we're supposed to like use that tunnel-y stuff. to get
Yeah,
back.
yeah. I will say, whether or not you're able to meet up, as long as you have talismans on you, which you do, you will be teleported out regardless. It's just you better hope that they're alive. Like, you know, if, for example, if you died and you had a talisman on you, your body's still getting teleported. So whether or not the current situation of your friends, you do not know.
Got it.
But now that you have given it to at least your captain,
I would give it to their friends too,
safe.
like since people are running. I mean, they seem like allies. They're all running together, right?
So you're gonna give
and
one to Ada, and you're gonna give one to Ryuga?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take it.
God,
I mean, I don't know
want
if
to
that's
say
exactly
one to Ada, but like I have promised her something, and I don't think that I can take that back at this particular
Wait.
time.
No. Ada is the one. Wait. Ada is Bandit's
Yeah, but would you
daughter.
recognize?
You would
I
not
probably
know.
would not.
You would
I
not
would
know
not.
at all.
Then yeah, she's getting one. Oh no! What am I doing?
You give
Alright.
her one,
Oh,
she
boy.
looks at it, and she goes, "Oh, this is nice. I'll see you guys later." And you literally see her she dips into the ground. A pool of shadowy ink is left, and she will be somewhere. But she has a
did
talisman.
I-
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Wait, who was that?
We that was the Sea Witch, Ada.
Oh shit.
Now, Irha and Bimori, is there anything you guys would like to do?
Well, yeah. The
She goes,
moment Chuntao yeeted herself down, Mori was like, "Make me promise not to die." You okay? And is swooping down to assist her. Basically, like arrives after the exchanges of her turn, and would cast. Where are my spells? Well, she has a talisman already, so there's that, but Mori doesn't really know what they're for. So I think she would. What's this one? I think she would deal. She would cast Electric Arc on. What is the name of the person fighting Chuntao?
Blackwater?
I'm blanking.
Yeah,
Blackwater. Yes. Will just
Which is
straight up cast. Yes, it's a cantrip. It's just gonna throw. It's like throw lightning from her hand to Blackwater. It's 1d4 electricity damage. I don't have any heightened things on it. It's just
it'll
basic.
No, it will heighten. It automatically heightens.
It will?
So
Oh, nice.
Yeah. You should be doing like 60 whatever now, I think.
Okay, let me roll 66 then for damage.
This is also if he what's your spell? What's your DC?
Yeah, let me
real
see.
quick?
DC 28.
DC 28.
Yes.
He's gonna critically
And
succeed,
attack
so
is
that's gonna do nothing. Yeah,
Oh, no.
he will critically succeed. Reflex
Oh, he is so
his
strong.
best save. Yeah,
Holy
you shoot
shit.
lightning, and he gets up and he's able to just maneuver around it. Very anime style, like blinking from here to here. How fast he's going right now.
That is really cool. Okay, yeah. So I'm through lightning. I'm just sitting next to Chuntao, and I'm like, interested in leaving? Maybe, not dying. You can't make me promise not to die and be all mysterious, and weird. Almost said hot. Okay, interesting. You can't be all mysterious and make me promise not to die, and then throw yourself into battle. Like, this is middle of combat, but Mori does not care. Is straight up just not even looking at Blackwater, just like chewing out Chuntao without any regard to the fact that there are people fighting all around them.
Firstly, relax. You need all of this needs to relax. I know what I'm doing. And I definitely can handle it. Secondly, you gave me a talisman and it's on my body. I'll be fine. I'll yeet mid-battle.
It's just a good luck charm, isn't it?
No, it's not. That's how we're getting out of here. This is where Chantal looks at Reyna and goes, "Did no one fill anyone in? Is this the kind of operation you're running?" And Reyna goes, "No, I filled them in. It's not my fault that literally everyone here is too gay to function." And they're having a bit of like a yelling battle.
Memoria's just confused.
Yeah.
Just confused. That's it.
Is there anything you'd like to do, Ira?
Yeah, seeing that Memori's attempt at subduing Blackwater has failed, Ira's eyes are going to go dark. And around them, when they step, they're going to step forward towards Blackwater. And where they step, it's as if the ground is dying beneath them. And they're going to cast Fear at level 1 at Blackwater. It is a will save, DC 31.
How bad do you want this to work? Because I can tell something really cool's coming up, but I roll like a god.
I mean, I'll leave that up to you. It would be cool if it works. That's why I'm trying it, but it's up to you. I will leave that.
Because if you want it bad enough, you did use magic again, so your repercussions will be more this time.
I'm willing to take a bigger penalty if I can push my magic and make this work.
Okay, if you want, then we'll make sure that this works. It'll be a regular fail, so it works as the regular, whatever the fail is naturally, because I seriously don't want to. I could tell something really cool is gonna happen. I really don't want to kill it with what I just fucking rolled.
So I think then suddenly Blackwater is like shot through with this intense fear, and he doesn't quite know where exactly it's coming from. And Irha just continues to walk towards him, this death following them as they do. And when they get up to him, they grab his face between their hand and they pull him in and they say, "If you have other vials, I recommend you hand them over right now."
What happens on a regular fail?
The target is frightened too. I'm more so going for the flavor of Blackwater is terrified right now, and hopefully that makes this easier.
Technically, this will then be a roll off. So just for me, make Intimidation. He's frightened 2, which means everything about him is lowered by 2.
I got a 22. I am rolling like absolute garbage.
You're rolling like garbage. Yes. Oh my goodness. My poor garbage baby. I feel terrible. I think what will happen is you have definitely scared this man. Despite his giant stature right now and how beefed up and amped up he is, and how almost comically monstrous his face looks like right now. And by comically, I don't mean funny. I mean like it's very like you can see the drawn on lines at how his face is stretched out to meet what his body's physical demands. But you definitely see fear in his eyes, and it's not fear in terms of you intimidating them into him giving you what you want, because he will not give you vials. But it's that he looks at you and he sees something divine. And this is a very, very unholy man, unworthy of mercy. You are ghostwritering him, is essentially. You're ghostwritering the shit out of this with that stare. Then he looks at the vial you took from him, and his face, his expression gets worse. It is a mixture of fear, of anger, and of something else that is totally repressed. And the last thing you hear from him mumbling is, "My life's work." And you're all teleported out of there in this beam of light. Not really a beam of light, it's more so the light emanates from wherever you wore this talisman and envelops you completely. The people in the room, I think you are all aware enough to quickly see someone appear from the shadows. And then Bandit is gone. And when you all essentially are able to register, everyone who received a talisman is on the ship. On the Mola, or the Kraken's Maw 1. But the Mola is what you have deemed it, and so the Mola is what it is. You are all on the main deck. You see, it's Alani, it's you four, you see Reyna, you see Chuntao, you see, you actually see, Ada, the Sea Witch, you see Ryuga, and you see a couple other people who have received them, particularly if you remember way back when, the 3 little goblin handmaidens that were with Reyna, they are there too, and not piloting, but at the helm of the ship is just some random NPC. Essentially, the ship has been moving. It has always been moving. Now you're finally aboard it, and as you look off to the horizon, you are quite a ways away from the city. This was a very staged and very planned, and you can slowly see smaller boats also following you guys. You would recognize these tiny boats, rather some of the people that are on it, and you are pretty sure it's a handful of courtesans, or Chuntao's little private army that came, as they are all making their own way out. They had been making their way out essentially this whole time. And as you sail off, and the city gets smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller, you see the clouds, the darkness, the gray skies slowly disappear and turn white and then blue. And all you see is blue as you are enveloped by the sky and the sea. And finally, after it was only 2 days, technically, in your time. But it feels like, for the first time in weeks, you feel safe. We're gonna end it here, as you guys have successfully escaped Felicity. Good job, guys! You didn't die! Yay!
I mean, you tried with the little Elden Ring type monster. I can tell you.
I mean,
I'm
the
so
dice
glad.
tried to kill me, so.
Yes, it did. I'm so glad. There were so many bad things that could have happened as you got hit, and I'll tell you off screen. Thank you, however, all of you for sticking around. And before we wrap, why don't we all quickly tell where you can find us? You can find me, Aki, all over the Twitterverse at AkiNomi_art. And if you're interested in more Pathfinder streams, you can catch me on the G&G and Nat 20 Productions collab Wayward at 8 a.m. every Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific. Alyssa, you go next.
Hi, I'm Alyssa. You can find me on Twitter at A Disaster Career, where you will find other things that I'm involved in with some exciting announcements coming up. Brandy?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, Brandy. I know I can't believe this hasn't happened before, frankly. We've been doing really good. But hi, I am Brandy Rose with a B right in front of it. The R comes afterwards. I am a game designer, creative producer, talk show host, and a lot of other things. So many things that I actually always forget. You can catch me on Twitch at CutestPatoot. You can catch me on Twitter at the Brandy Rose. Recently, out of my 10 plus shows, I have made a network. So the Patoot Podcast is now a podcast network. Nothing's changed. Shows are still exactly where they are, except now when I approach people for ad money, I have a case to make. But yes, make sure you check those out. Eat, Crit, Cringe Warning already wrapped up mostly their most recent season, so did CGI and Intricate Rituals, so make sure to check those out. And there's a lot of new shows coming, including Roll With It, which is a show in collaboration with the Roll app. That will be on Twitch, that new talk show with some very, very cool, famous, familiar faces that you guys will probably recognize as my first 5 guests. So make sure to check that out. So subscribe to or follow the Twitch. Subscribe to, I'm not going to stop you. But apart from that, yeah, keep an eye out. And I have a new show with an announcement coming soon. It's about B-movies. The title is a big pun. I won't say anything else. But yeah, make sure to keep up with me on Twitter at @TheBrandyRose for all of my notifications.
All right, I think that brings that. Yeah, I think it brings it to me. Hello, my name is Hamnah. I use any and all pronouns, and I am a TTRPG performer. You can find me on Twitter at @HShahid_, where I talk about all of the different projects that I'm a part of. Tomorrow, actually, I will be on Transplanar RPG's channel at 8 p.m. Eastern, which is 5 p.m. Pacific. For those of you that don't know, Transplanar RPG is an all-transgender, people of color-led D&D 5e live stream set in a homebrew, non-colonial, anti-Orientalist world. It is super fun. I am making really terrible decisions in that AP as well, so if you like queer disasters who make bad decisions, definitely come check me out.
Hey everybody, I get to round this out. I'm Randy Alvarenga. I'm an actor, TTRPG streamer up here in the Pacific Northwest. You can follow me on Twitter at Rollerraja. That's ROLLERRAJA. I'm doing a couple of different projects, some that are starting soon. One is The Scarlet Citadel by Kobold Press over on Band of Badgers. Another that's going to be starting next month is Harbingers Season 2 with Megan Caves. And we're really excited. It's going to be, we're all playing in the same space in a studio, and it's going to be really exciting to do that again. And I have sort of 2 other projects that are in the works, but very, very exciting. So if you follow me on Twitter, you'll be the first to know.
Yes, and so thank you for the subs, follows, and donations. Dat Fam is the best fam. The Dat Network, however, is taking a well-deserved break for the weekend, and so we'll be back with the greatest roll on Earth on Tuesday. Join us next week here on Shambhala, same Dat time, same Dat channel. Thank you guys! What do you guys? Yeah!